Grant Williams drafting Derek Lively, getting Maxi Kleber and Josh Green back, who were injured at times last year, as Luka hits the step-back three.
As Sohan on the attack couldn't finish it. Doncic pushing pace for the Mavericks. They're trying to play with more haste this season, and Doncic goes right to the rack and then flexes afterwards.
And change the momentum of a game early.
Derek Lively, the rookie, in as well, as Doncic is going to get two more on the goaltend from Charles Bassey.
JJ, as a resident shooter on this chain, when you get a guy like Tim Hardaway Jr. make his first three-pointer, you know that can come in bunches, and Tim Hardaway Jr. is down.
50-45, San Antonio in front. Doncic pedals his way into the paint. The patience and the finish. Luka Doncic with 12, 6, and 6, and a timeout taken by the Spurs.
There is no real contest against him, so he's going to get a lot of those shoot, people are too close, and get fouled on his drop as Luka knocks down the jumper. Jason Kidd is obviously starting him for a reason, but I think Lively with this starting him now, he's a rookie, but still, I think what he brings to the table is special compared to what some of the other big options that they have.
Strong minutes of the first half into the game for San Antonio. Here's Doncic right to the rack, lays it in. 20 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists for Doncic.
Shooting touch.
19 for Vassell. Doncic step back three. It is good with Osman in his grill. Doncic with 23, 11, and 8. Doncic. Oh, wow. How about that fake? Luka Doncic. 8 to shoot. It settles with Doncic. Backing down Johnson. Doncic off one leg. Oh, baby. Luka Doncic dialed in. Jones, Vassell, Wembanyama, and Johnson for San Antonio. Doncic into the paint. Waits, banks, plus the foul. Shot clock at 4. Doncic. The step back three. You bet!
The belt, yeah, all of that.
That's not fair.
And he's okay now.
He was okay then.
Has been good here in the opening 2+ minutes on the defensive glass. And Luka going to let it rip again. Yes, sir. A timeout by
his first step. He gets around you. Good size inside to knock the dunk. Luka's on fire.
Yes, he is. That's 3 threes he's made. A stop and pop from the left side. Not 8, 10 points. Luka leads Dallas with 11. Looking for points, 12 and 13. And he has it because good dude off the court. Good family man.
That is my guy. Can't guard Luka, though.
I mean, we love him.
He really is. In a very unique way. Nice finish inside by Luka. He's funny. He really is. I mean, he sits there.
Because he didn't have that jacket on. Ben Simmons, by the way, is all up on Luka. Clock winding down. Three-pointer rattles in. Ben Simmons did everything possible. Talked to Kyrie. I asked him about that during his media availability yesterday, and particularly about a guy like Cam Thomas and another young guy like Nick Claxton. Here's a score by Luka. And I said, you know, when you look at how those players have come along, 6th seed in the East, swept to the playoffs in the first round by Philadelphia. And here's a block by Ben Simmons, goaltend.
Yeah.
Dallas comes right back, though. A Luka three, a needed answer. And now a member of the Brooklyn Nets. Really helped them come back in the second half of the game Wednesday night. Here's Luka with a drive, counted with a foul.
Too small.
Including the last 5. Now Luka working against Finney Smith to the baseline to score.
They can miss and keep shooting.
Right back at you. 40-piece for Luka, and more to come, you would think, in the last 3 minutes. Simmons in to play defense. Ball into Kleber. Dallas has got to get on with it. Shot clock at 5 seconds. Flip it over to Luka. Stare down. 3 is on the money again.
It's an efficient 43, too.
Yes, it is. 14 out of 23 for the floor. Looking for his 8th three. Handoff back to Luka, late in the shot clock, 4 seconds, got it from Kleber, again late in the clock, in desperation, he puts it up, and that is Luka
Like here to start this game, Desmond Bane not being the original ball handler with high screen allows Doncic to get all the way to the rim. They tried to surround Doncic and Kyrie Irving with as many guys to make threes as possible, but Doncic can make them on his own too.
Memphis points in a 2-point game. Doncic posting up, turning, and hitting.
2 tough shots. When Tim Hardaway Jr. hit a couple of tough ones.
Doncic going to his right, now peeling back left. Top of the key jumper, that's in. Doncic, step back 3. Yeah, 85% coming in. That's 7 of 14. Doncic, another 3.
Say, partner, there's certain people in this game. X, and now it's Jaren.
Now Bane picks him up.
You kidding me?
Yeah. Luka magic. The Orion coach's halftime report. Love Brad Jones' optimism and outlook, and right off the bat, there's Luka again. 24 for Doncic.
He has stepped up huge.
58 triple-doubles for Doncic. Fadeaway 3. And he celebrates by splashing that. 17-point game.
Good job, Contra pushed up so that he didn't have to switch.
Doncic, step back 3. Got it. 30 for Doncic. Kleber goes away, leaving Zaire Williams one-on-one with Doncic. Doncic pushes off and hits.
He so frequently does.
That was...
And that's a nice decision. Slicing and dicing. If you, like in the backyard, if you hung a tire from a tree, he would throw it right through that right now because the accuracy is on point for Levine shooting the ball.
When a guy comes back that you had one year and have a big game against you.
Shouldn't have let me go.
Shouldn't have let me go.
Got 7 straight points for Chicago. Deep 3. First one of the game. Drought buster for Luka. 2 for 10 on threes this year coming into the game tonight. Luka operating on a post-up through contact. Basket for Doncic.
And the Finals MVP, Doc's off to another good start.
Yeah, and he's looking at those young legs thinking, young mind. I'm going to attack that all night.
Doncic gets inside. Doncic given some space. He's been shooting well from three-point range, 42%.
And that was that I haven't had a shot.
Doncic goes right at Murray, draws the foul, shot is good and one.
Devin Vassell has been, I don't know that I'd say leader offensively, but he's got the most verve and juice. He doesn't play. And he scores 10 of their final 12, Wembanyama. They don't walk out of there without him.
You know, even your guy, if he's playing great, you get to enjoy this.
Right.
Doncic well beyond the arc. That's his second three-pointer.
They also use the city uniform designs as the starting point, which the home teams are wearing tonight. That's why the royal blue made sense for the body of the court.
Another assist from the Joker, and another flashy play from Gordon. Doncic has a clear path to the basket.
2 over dribbles, though.
Yes, in a row, back-to-back plays.
Doncic, three-pointer, knocks it down.
That's a huge swing.
Gordon wide open for 3. And a rebound deflected, taken by Luka Doncic. Doncic tries another 3, puts it in, and it's back to 10 again.
So high that defender had no shot.
And he also knew, I'm bigger than you. I can get this off whenever I want to.
Doncic answers right back with another 3. Doncic has 34 points.
At 15 last night against Indiana. He's shooting 55% from the floor this year. Here's a spin and a shot off the glass. Hello, Wenda. Well, he's being thrust into a situation to take a lot more threes here with Dallas. Luka drives and finally able to carve out enough space to get a shot away and score.
Cave in defensively, that's going to open up things on the perimeter.
LaMelo closes out and a wide open lane. And Lively continues to collect rebounds. As a matter of fact, I think he may have a second double-double of the year now. Luka for 3. Yes, sir. Cross court to Josh Green. He turns down a three. Luka turns down a three to drive and tries to draw a foul. He lays it in. No foul, but slithering through the defense. A nifty finish by Luka.
Forcing that turnover. Using the baseline as a nice shield. Sideline.
Now here's Luka probing. Edge of the lane. Spinning. Got it! Mavericks trailed for nearly 3 full quarters in this game. From the middle of the first to early in the fourth, but now they're up by 6. Missed 3, Dallas attacks, Dallas scores. Luka doing Luka things. Again, slicing through the defense.
Cuts the lead to 1. Doncic pick and roll with Lively. Fading away. Got it. Ingles able to cut him off. Doncic, long 3 over the 7-footer, knocks it down. Unusual. And then only 3 teams at 6.
Well, we knew it was different. We had not seen it before. So you look at it. I mean, these are good teams with winning records.
Doncic for 3. Suggs, excellent defender, but his hands full against Doncic. Doncic getting a screen, one-handed push, soft touch. This matches the Magic's biggest lead. Paolo's on Doncic. Long 3. Good.
Cole in double figures now at 11.
Doncic was picked up by Ingles. Gets in close and banks it in. Doncic spinning away from Wagner. He'll take a 3, and it's good over Cole Anthony. Ball picked up by Irvin. 3-on-2. 3-point shot on its way. Doncic got it.
Prototypical 3-and-D player. Matchup I'm interested in as you see him guarding Luka Doncic right here. Luka hits the 3. Considered to be it. He may not wait till the second half of this game.
Got to follow up on that when we have a minute. Here's a 3 for Luka on cue. We have come to see out of him in the first few games of the year. Tried again by Luka. This time he finishes it. 2 corner 3-point attempts team so far this year. There is no foul called. Barnes held up Green chasing down the loose ball, but it didn't stop him, and Luka Doncic scores.
Pirtle just wanted to pad his rebounding stats, that's all.
Had to do that. Pirtle's averaging 9 a game this year. Here's Luka through the defense. Pirtle challenged the shot, but Luka scores over top of him. Change of direction drive, and Luka all the way to the hole, and the deceleration is on display again.
One of the best hesitation games in the game. I watched a lot of it this summer.
That's Luka coming back down and scoring.
You got to start being yourself, and I think he's himself tonight.
Be who you are. Luka, that's who he is. Offensive rebound, Jones. This is something Dallas really, really needs. They got to cash in on it. Luka around Siakam all the way.
Step in the right direction.
But Dallas is a very subpar 61% at the line. Dry finish, Luka. Now a 9-point game with 2 minutes to play. Barnes makes both free throws. 14 points and 12 rebounds for him tonight. Tack on 2 more for Luka.
Go back to this last possession. I'm seeing a different.
Yeah, nice move there by Luka.
I was going to say the way they're guarding Luka has been really different than the last couple years. We've seen a switch. They're coming out really aggressive and trapping him. But sometimes when you're as good as Luka, you can split that trap between the legs for a left-hand layup.
You can just drive and go right at him, or you can leak out in transition and have an easy deuce like that.
We saw something similar in Denver with the 3-point line having to be repainted.
Yep, good point. Yeah, last week when the Mavericks were there, we did find out that the 3-point line was not the appropriate dimensions. Oh, wow, Luka with a pass that caroms off the backboard. I don't think I've heard an effects mic pick up something quite like that before. Offensive rebound, 3-pointer in 53 minutes. Taking now 7 shots from the floor in that time. In the paint, Luka, down he goes, and down goes the shot of the Mavericks with a 20-2 run. And here's Irving with another three-pointer made a moment ago, 14 points. And Dallas in front by 7. And here is Luka out from Bedford. He hits it.
I think it's a lot due to the challenge that Jason Kidd gave him after the game. And sometimes when you use choice words, a.k.a. soft, yes, that hits him.
Bones Highland, an erratic player, but certainly one capable of going off, as we saw in this building almost 1 year ago. And here's Luka and hitting a three.
With a James Harden or with a Westbrook, so that changes the dynamic of how that bench unit is run.
Wow!
And maybe not getting as much opportunity with those guys out there.
And down to the last 40 seconds of the first half. A drive into the paint. Luka got Diamante off his feet and stayed with it and scored. Up ahead, the advanced pass by Jones to Luka. We see him making those advanced passes frequently this year. He was on the receiving end. From Lively, Luka inside. Jones still comes away with the ball, despite the fact that the Kyrie alley-oop pass clanged off the rim.
Talk to Kai about his lob pass.
Terrence Mann deflected into the backcourt, but it's picked up by Luka.
George was using that off arm to try and ward him off.
0 for 6 for the floor for Paul George, and here's Luka. Paul George went to ground to force this jump ball here with Kyrie Irving. And it's controlled over by Dallas, right to Luka.
How were you in jump balls, Devin, when you were actually jumping it up?
Well, not as good.
Special things are happening with Luka right now.
One more. Shoot it.
And from near the hash mark, 42! And a long time to play. 11 charges drawn this year going into tonight. Dallas leads the league in that category as Luka adds 2 more.
And Lively knows his role well for a guy that's as young as he is. Luka.
He's trying to draw the foul. Right. And that's a good job of Dyson just playing without foul. I love what he's doing. Because now they're setting the screen a lot higher out.
One to Dwight foul. Ball away instead. Guy has a chance.
Oh, no question.
Guy has a chance. He may be good. Former Stanford Cardinal with it. So he clears it away for Luka. And a moving pick by Powell. That always helps.
This is what makes it so tough.
6 on the shot clock, and Luka's open.
Again.
Now, third try. All the way to the rack. Frustration continues.
That's what Jordan Hawkins did. He got a technical foul for doing that same exact thing a week ago.
Luka. I think he's got a wide open look. Man, Pels need a timeout.
Wow. And play off of him.
Right.
If they're going to double, the same thing that the Pels are doing against, just like this, the same thing that they're doing against Luka. Out that middle.
Dyson. On the elbow, Luka. They're about the same size, 6'7", 6'8". Struggle for Jordan now to the point he's 1 for 8. Luka. Look out.
I'm telling you, it's killer.
17 is the biggest lead of the night, and it's 6 minutes gone in the third. He worked on it in the offseason. Give him credit. Luka going to the line. No help at all.
Implore his team to sit down defensively.
Right.
And these three-pointers are coming
fast and furious. They're now 17 of 36 from beyond the arc. Dyson did a good job. He gets away though. Blows the opportunity inside, but a second chance opportunity for a 3. And that's the way it begins. In the ear of Andy Nagy, because he was grabbed. There's no question about that. As long as you let it go both ways. Luka all the way to the cup. Took a while to get there, but you saw that hole. Kyrie.
Got him.
Almost taken away. And Luka, they're going to call the block on her. They're 10 of 25 with their triples.
But look at how these triples are coming, though.
Luka.
Tough shot.
Right back at it. And the Pels actually have 11 triples now after that last. Luka up against Jordan Hawkins.
Step back 3.
Yeah. He can do that.
He has scored 47 of his 94 points have come in the first quarter this season. That is half of his shots. Doncic gets a floater in the paint.
He's taking his time and a lot more comfortable shooting that 3.
There's a deep 3 rattled in by Doncic. percentage. There's a deflection there by Lively. Mavericks on the run. Doncic, count the bucket and one.
He's just a wizard.
The assignment of guarding Doncic so far here early in the first quarter, but that can definitely change. Here's a switch. Deep three for Luka. Splashes a three. Here on offense, he is a force. You see the rookie. Another good contest, but Doncic, better offense. Finding a cutting pull, blocked by Lively. Here's Green. Luka with the hesitation. Count the bucket and the foul. Seeing the Wizards double team Doncic, not on this possession, and he makes him pay for it.
Go up and dunk on Brook, and Brook is just not getting dunked on so far early in the season.
Runner off the glass, and Luka has his first two to tie it at 2.
At the defensive end of the floor.
He's coming off his modest career-high 6 points. Ajax is, but Luka steps it back. He's got a 2 and now a 3.
Able to knock it down over Derrick Jones Jr., 6'7" and long.
Doncic off the glass, and a hot start for him. I mean, how do you stop that? He's
out for him. Where'd he go? A little Euro step. High sweep over Lively.
Count the bucket.
Yeah.
Luka, quick trigger. Boy, it's like it's effortless.
Yeah. Well, Connie from straight out, but
it doesn't have the same ring to it. Connie from straight out.
Connie from straight out.
Luka, boy, gosh, coming off their best, the 2 best offensive performances in the last 2 games. 128 points against Toronto, 130 last night against Charlotte. Stepping it back, 17 now for Luka. Shot clock resets. Ajax back on Luka. He's got that move down pat.
When I say uncanny knack, that's hours and hours of practice and preparation and working on his game.
Right down to the rim. It's like the most effort that we've seen from him. Williams trying to distract Giannis. 0 for 2 from 3 for Giannis. Here comes Luka. Dribbles right into that 3-point. Pat Frayer is your crew chief. Ray Acosta, Suyash Mehta, the umpire, and Luka with another big bucket.
Dame Dollar does on that play.
Doncic again.
Basketball and let him try and make something happen, especially if it's Giannis.
57 points combined between these two, make it 59 points combined. 5-point deficit. Tight defense, Beasley on Luka. And Brook was there as well.
Yeah, right. Great point. So Dame 5 to 9, Brook 2, Giannis 2.
And Jones is able to hold off Barnes, and ultimately Luka collects the rebound for Dallas. Mavs were a +9 on the glass in Milwaukee last night. For 3, Luka on the board. 32% from deep this year, but he connects on that one. Kings lead it by 7. They have made 8 of their first 13 shots. Wow, Luka! That was a chicken salad play out of Luka. Luka on the block against Barnes. Shoots before a double team can come, and he hits it. Up by 9. Luka operating, shooting over Barnes. Yes, sir! Barnes took a really quick 3. Luka matched up against De'Aaron Fox. Steps back, check!
They're unworried.
Heart rate didn't skip a beat. Luka to the body of Fox in a spin move with a score. Here's a steal by Luka. Kings have the last 8 points in the game, but really you go back to 2:14 left in the third quarter.
Into the attacking 47. Cross with the dribble, goes all the way to the rim with ease and scores. Boy, so in control, Doncic. In shape and ready to go at the start of this season for Doncic. Gonna fire up a long distance jumper, and he knocks it down.
Luka will never, I don't think he'll ever be put on the first team defensive team.
but this is what he does.
But he'll be on the first team.
One of the all-time teams, maybe. Doncic, but you never know, Stu, you're right. One of the greatest ever. Here is Doncic in the lane, can't stop that. Doncic bounces off of Prince and scores. Luka Doncic, another bucket, represented the biggest lead of the game. Lakers, once again, it's been a story all year, getting outshot at the three as Doncic drills another one. Huge loss, we hope. The best for him, obviously, very scary fall. Doncic rolls it over the rim, so they lose their young, very active big man. Doncic operating around Davis, and the pick by Holmes underneath, all too easy. Here in quarter number 3. Doncic again, same thing, just found the opening and laid it in. Williams back to Doncic, 6 to shoot. Luka off the window. Doncic.
To stop a high usage player or slow down for Luka Doncic.
Contested mid-range, he's been very good in that area. Knocks that one down.
It's a different energy, a little pop in the step of the Clippers right now. Speaking of pop, inside that black area, so you don't want to stray too far away from that and start launching shots. You had success getting to the rim, and speaking of which,
just a tough shot.
Hoops are electric. Yes.
I'm glad they had that tape. You're welcome. Here's Doncic down the lane to the rim. It crawls over the front of the iron. He's got 9. Doncic picked up by Tucker. Runs over Westbrook. No whistle comes, and I'm not sure there should have been a whistle.
After his role and excelling at that mate candidate, he's playing like that for 6th man of the year.
Doncic gets out and lays it in. 13 for Doncic, and now a timeout for Ty Lue. Doncic plays in a crowd and still able to find something out of nothing. 15. Welcome to Good Burger. May I take your order, please?
Well, we can see him from where we're sitting at.
I think we should not have glossed over that. Doncic counted and a foul.
Wow.
55-42. They've gone through all things to make it a great environment for the fans, and it will be that. But to me, it's the schedule that's going to be the #1 thing for the Clippers. Doncic, the floater is good.
Zoo got rid of the ball a little too quick that time. He had Tim Hardaway Jr. on his hip.
Doncic down the lane, and a quick 5-0 strike here for Dallas brings it inside 20. 15 points, 16 minutes. Clippers by 24. Again, this is their largest lead. Doncic, it's such an interesting, he's powerful.
Kawhi was still able to get to that little 8-foot spot on the baseline to make his shot.
Doncic, despite being guarded by Leonard, able to create space.
They're definitely committed to a defensive end. That's great.
And no surprise here.
There's no defense against that. There's no defense against that.
An offensive rebound and a block. The rookie already making, again, his presence felt here early in the game. This time it's Jabari Smith Jr. No defense for that as Luka nails the three-pointer over him. What a night that was that went over the Rockets, and what stood as the Mavericks team high for scoring in a game until Luka's 60 almost 11 years ago, 11 months ago.
Yeah, Luka walked in. That was a fun night because
which I think he's got a better feel for it now, especially with Canada over the summer. But really understanding when to take those shots. And
just one of many who had his pathway to the NBA paved by the guy to my right. Luka on the money. Beat Denver in an in-season tournament game. Smith had 16 points and 15 rebounds that night, and he defends Luka all the way until the end of the possession, and Doncic 601 on the road.
Wow. Yeah. So see how many blocks I could have had? Yeah, I could have had as many as Mutombo. They're trying not to switch. They're keeping Brooks on it.
Luka scores.
Talk to him.
Talk to him.
Talk to him.
I think Jones almost rotated back to his own instead of just going weak. That messed up the whole rotation.
Chance for Dallas to get the 3 points right back.
Dime.
Roll.
Holmes the roller.
Nice.
And Luka, that one falls home, and Dallas has crept back to within a point.
You can't shoot here, so like we get some shots up on the baseline off the side hoop, and the good old days.
The Landry Center near Baylor Hospital was the former Mavs practice facility. Luka beats the shot clock. going into tonight. Just 18 fouls a game for Dallas, 5th fewest. But
I think that's Şengün now and Jones to get him out of the pick and roll.
And here's Luka to the cup.
So do we think about the Mavs playing with more pace this year? Do you think it's been helpful?
Yeah, definitely. I like it. Our offense hasn't been really the problem.
And with that, tie game again. Oh, the Rockets for a moment stopped the bleeding. Dallas had lifted the lead. Spin move and score for Luka. 37 in the game. And Luka against Green. Block shot. Jalen Green. And a save-in attempt is picked up by Luka.
Oh, no.
Some Luka magic. Nearly 40%. And they have their first one of tonight's game on the heat by Lou Dort from up top.
Such an improved shooter. We know what he brings to the table defensively. His ability to stretch the floor. Only
58% on wing threes for Derrick Jones Jr. as Luka lays in his own initial missed shot. And 30% on corner threes for Derrick Jones Jr. There's so much Williams going on right now. Jalen Williams, Kendrick Williams, Grant Williams. And then there's Aaron Wiggins out there too. Luka on the money. Ball tipped out by Lively off the missed three. The tip-out rebound for Dallas. They trail by 14. 4 minutes left in the first half. Here's Luka driving. There's contact. He finishes. Scoring has been his primary focus here in quarter number 2. Now at 13 points and 7 assists. All courts for Luka. As Dallas comes away with it after a stop. Something that has been in short supply tonight as Luka drives through traffic to score. Here in the middle of the third quarter. Here's Luka. Knocks down a left wing three. Down to 11. Oh my goodness. That's a flashback for some of our audience. Here's Luka maneuvering his way over to the wing where he hits another step back.
Luka's waving him off.
And pokes it away from Chet Holmgren. Foot race into the backcourt. And the speedster to get there is A.J. Lawson. Finds Luka. Another timeout for Oklahoma City. Here's Luka on the move. Luka. And Dallas has gone in front. 26 straight. The Mavs had a 28-0 run against Golden State. They've now tied.
Wow.
The longest run in team history. Oh! 8 straight. Luka just picked the pocket of Chet Holmgren. 30 in a row. 30 in a row. 30 in a row. Utah first possession of the game. They cough the ball up. And let's see what Dallas does with it. And Luka is matched up against John Collins. Screen by Lively. Open three on the money. That's how you start the game. Also Kelly Olynyk and Jordan Clarkson, so it's a makeshift group tonight. Deep three, okay. Luka from Louisville lets it rip. He has been nightmare fuel for Dallas when he was with the Hawks. Luka driving kick, offensive rebound off the miss. Dante Exum three.
Exploit those opportunities in transition.
8 seconds on the shot clock. Headband, Luka does it again.
And if you're not up at the level, Tim is going to knock that down at a high rate.
I wonder what the average amount of time it is as Luka.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
It's over.
Oh, yeah. Mavs score out of the timeout to extend their lead back to 7. They've already led by 12. Luka attacking Fontecchio off the glass. Hello, Wenda. Tonight is Prosper's 10th game. Played 14 minutes against Oklahoma City on Saturday night. Luka draws a foul, scores the basket. 7 boards, 7 assists, and 20 points. And looking for 3 more. Write it down. Write them down.
You never doubted that.
No. Abaji drives baseline. And a crowd fortunate to get the ball back and get it to Yurtseven, but he's turned away by Derek Lively. Luka down the heart of the lane, put 2 more on the board. 26 points to go with the 10 rebounds and 10 assists.
Not a Jason Kidd triple-double. The 26, 10, and 10.
And now here he is. Step back, Jack.
Okay, he wants a 30-point triple-double in the first half.
Like the rebounding for the Mavs tonight. They're a +6 on the glass. Luka fouled in the act of shooting, and he crosses the 30-point plateau. Injured players tonight for Dallas. Here's Dallas in transition. Luka running the floor, getting 2 more.
He's going to want to get something back here. He's like, please give me the ball.
Luka again. And their points per possession in transition situations of over 1.2 is second best in the NBA. And now Luka weaves to the defense and has himself a 40-point triple-double.
Against the Warriors, in which he had the 5 offensive rebounds. Here comes Doncic out of backcourt. Shadowed by Kamara. Chauncey said there's no defense that hasn't been tried, that he hasn't seen. He exploits them all, being the highest, according to Jason Kidd, that it has been since he's been the coach of this team. Into the lane is Doncic. Pump fake, leans in and scores.
One against Milwaukee. He did that in the first half as well. Fastest in NBA history. I think I had about 5 or 6.
All
Even
those
when
young
he's
guys
not
were
scoring,
impressive.
they really work. They really work.
Doncic outside, close out from Kamara. Luka knocks it down. He's shooting 39. Josh Green out as well.
That's some serious shooting between Kleber and Grant Williams, the way he's been shooting the ball this year. It always is.
Turning the corner is Doncic getting in deep. Defenders on his hip. Nice interior screen there set by Powell to spring Luka. Luka comes off the screen. Kamara over the top of the pick. And a foul on Kamara.
And now how he's shooting the basketball, which Joe Cronin and the Blazers front office knew he was capable of.
Court Lively with the screen. Working over the top of the pick is Matisse Thybulle. Funnels Luka in deep with a 1-2 to the cup. Banked it up and in. Blazers trailing by 1 after trailing by as many as 19 in the first quarter. Doncic outside. A 3. Snugged it in.
He's been doing that this season, Kev. Next thing you know, he might be dunking on somebody.
At 28, 37 minutes against Golden State. Here's Luka Doncic again going half speed into the paint, extending and scoring.
Him going into the body of a defender to clear himself to get a good look.
Doncic with the floater, rolls out, and we got a whistle, and there's a basket interference.
Making the hustle play. We saw the 3 earlier, but his rebounding has been terrific.
But Doncic inside and the foul. Rebound, Doncic tips it to Exum. Doncic calling for it at the top of the key. Long 3-pointer by Doncic is in. And he points at Exum as to say thank you very much. 7 turnovers, and Dallas throughout the years, no matter who's worn the blue and silver, they're a low turnover team. Doncic step back 3. He's got 21, Bane with 15. Doncic leans into Jaren and got the hometown bounce on the road.
Jaren Jackson was the most dominant player on the floor. He's had to have that same mentality here tonight.
Luka, pull-up 3, the answer. Backs him down into Biyombo. Hardy drives, dishes. Doncic spots up for 3. Doncic, an open 3. That's money. 32 for Doncic, his 5th triple of the game. Doncic against Vince Williams. Backs him down. Fade away. It's in. Doncic with 34.
Not settling for that shot. The dribble gets all the way to the cup.
Doncic 0-1 shooting. And he gets his first from the field to fall.
So 5 quick points for Rui off the bench here for the Lakers.
Ray Doncic putting the pedal to the metal, and the 3 is good, and it was tough. Exum got the start. Shot clock at 6. James on Doncic. What a pretty 3.
In-season tournament MVP award.
Lakers on the 13-5 run. Doncic double. Didn't matter. Doncic maneuvers. And with ease.
Very easy. That abductor is continuing to kind of flare up for Davis.
Triple, Doncic. Rebound inside by Rashawn Holmes. Doncic off the wing and in for the deuce. Few have ever had it at 28. Doncic. Reddish defends. Luka.
Good D, better O.
He could go tonight. He had 31 and he had 11 assists. There's a Doncic 3. Perfect. Every time. Doncic with the ball. With Anthony Davis back in, Luka sneaks in for 2 and ties. Doncic and Reeves. Luka, 30. Make it 29.
By the big 2 for the Lakers.
Prince is on Doncic. Couple defenders there.
Here
Luka
we go.
once again, 31. Doncic working on Taurean Prince.
And Rudy Gobert, yeah.
With the lobs, and that's something that really surprised me as far as throwing lobs.
Nice finish by Luka, headed to the free throw line for a chance for 3 the hard way.
Alley-oop, that's what you saw there.
And Derek Lively defending, forced Dallas to get the ball back, and Luka scores inside. 10-2 start. Great start for Dallas tonight, in front by 8. Not even 3 minutes into the game. Yes, sir! Three-pointer for Luka.
Finding his version of rim protection.
And here is Dallas out in transition. Now Luka drifting back and step back check with a foul.
And one.
Edwards has started out the game making just 1 of his first 4 attempts. Luka another step back, but this one just fading from the free throw line and on the money.
Much better improved three-point shooting for the Timberwolves across the board.
Markieff Morris just came into the game for Dallas a moment ago. Here's Luka scoring again. First quarter for Luka now at 16 points. Mike Conley just called for a foul. Minnesota has 4 team fouls now in the second quarter. Luka on the drive against McDaniels inside. 3 of the last 5 games, including their loss earlier this week against New Orleans. Drive finish. Luka got the 2 for 1. Head coach of the Timberwolves, Chris Finch, he's going to be upset though about those 11 turnovers. And Dallas looking to go back in front, and they do. Of the high school football state championship games, the UIL state championship games at AT&T Stadium. Working over the defense, here's Luka.
Nice. Able just to pick these defenses apart while still having this 30-point streak.
And now it is 9 straight of 30+ as he's at 31. Came into the game 6 of 30 on threes in the last 4 games as Luka scores on the post-up.
They didn't give me the ball last.
Don't get into that, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's Luka off the glass. Both of your points. To Brian's point, they're better rebounding because of Lively, but when he has to go challenge and try to block a shot, that leaves the offensive glass open for the opponent as Luka gets down inside to score. And right now, they got to find a way to stop Naz Reid, who last December had a 27-point game against Dallas, and he has one tonight as Luka scores on the fadeaway.
That wasn't quite there in the Blazers' last game. Now this is what he does. Not just score the basketball, but pull up. He leads the end. He can pass with tons of space. So it was an easy catch, extra swing for him to the preferred shooter.
Luka gets in deep, maneuvering off the Lively screen. Jeremy Grant, 7 points here early. There's Lively again to get a hit on Sharp, just to slow him enough to allow Luka to get in deep, draw the bump, and score. Grant with 11 points to lead the Blazers in his return after a 4-game absence because of a concussion. Luka up top off that screen, steps back, and a deep 3-pointer for Luka Doncic.
Spirit is high and healthy. I'm really happy for Jeremy.
Well, Luka Doncic again threading his way inside on a Dwight Powell screen in the paint, lays it in. When I look at the talent out here for the Blazers, is at the last time out, Scoot Henderson is out with Dwap Reef and Malcolm Brogdon joining the group as well.
Guard-centric.
Luka, the step-back 3. He knocks it down. Luka Doncic, and deflected into the hands of Doncic. Luka inside.
Intentions. He was trying to tip the ball to his teammates, but instead it goes to the Blazers.
Powell sets a solid screen in front court.
Here at this point in the floor.
But here he comes to the 3-point arc, and the Blazers come around that screen this time. Sharp going over the top, and Luka getting separation. And the Blazers pull back here to within 9. 2:13 left in the second period. Dallas shooting lights out from 3. Doncic, however, gets into the paint and scores. Last Friday when he was hurt here, Maxi Kleba out, Josh Green out. Curry had missed a few games before returning to the lineup tonight. Luka, again,
Go another way, though.
Methodically working his way in there.
Doncic riddle as much as possible is test 1, 2, and 3 because he's good enough to do it himself.
Steal from Doncic. Did everything but score the bucket for Williams on that bounce pass. Now he steps back for 3 on the left wing. Bounding off, loose ball. After it is Jones. Gathers it into Williams. Back on top here to Luka. Works on Kamara. Leans back with the right hand. Banked it in a wicked angle.
Allow the Mavs to now gain a comfort zone against the double team. Here they are switching defense. Again, man-to-man. But now Luka's made the adjustment.
Nuggets 7 fast breaks already. Now Luka working his way inside, trying to get KCP up in the air, and he banks it in. First quarter defensively holding the high-scoring Mavericks, as Scott detailed, to just 20 points so far.
Guys don't look aggressively to shoot it.
14 fast break points for the Denver Nuggets, and Luka knocks in a 3. Little people, and he's doing a job.
These are big Zeke Naji minutes that we're seeing right now.
Now Luka off the glass. That's good.
He wants a foul on every drive.
1 game's back.
And he's so far out, it's almost he's better the further out he goes.
Now Luka tries to answer back, and he does. Now Luka Doncic kills us somehow. He kills us. First broadcasters say a lot of stuff like that as Luka knocks in the 3, and the Nuggets got to get tighter on him.
The defensive side. He's a great defensive player, and then when he gets the ball, he doesn't take too many bad shots.
The double joker, right?
Yeah.
Hey, please be I'd be at the top of the key.
Whoa!
I'd be at the top of the key so I could be.
Now they're going to switch. Doncic, that's a tough shot, and he hits.
He's feeling it tonight.
But Luka. Oh, look at Powell. Look at Powell with the offensive rebound. Now Luka gets a flyby. Oh, that's good too. Well, Luka having a terrific first half. Well, Hardaway kind of started it off, then Luka got hot also. Luka coming in, and that's an easy one for him. He plays kind of like Jokic in terms of his pace. And they've made 11 of 12. Now Gordon, careful, Luka. A little runner, and it's good. Naji able to switch out. Luka right by. Oh, great pass. Corner 3 missed. And tipping it in was Luka.
Yeah, Peyton Watson, two
down this season. Luka matched up against Norman Powell, second defender coming over. Hello, Wenda. Referee Josh Timmons says score the basket, 3-point play opportunity.
Well, he had a wide open, able to organize himself and knock it in.
And a layup by Luka with 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Your disposition is something that's within your control, and the Clippers have had a very good, aggressive, tenacious disposition tonight. The Mavericks making their first step in that direction, hopefully.
You're Dallas, you got to chip away.
Well, they just chipped off 3. The hammer, the chisel. James Harden defending Luka. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Winding down to 3. Taking his time. Patient move. Fadeaway shot. Oh! Can you believe that?
Incredible finish by Doncic.
And then Luka fends him off for a defensive rebound at the other end. Lets her up on the money. 18 points. Slow start forgotten. Still work to do. Luka dives in on Harden and takes the cookies. Oh, and then Luka scores with a foul. Norman Powell now with 18 points off that made shot. Here is the giant killer by Luka. That is his first basket of the second half. 25 points, tie game again. They've conceded on a couple of consecutive possessions. A big 3 by Coffey and then a shot by Kawhi, but here's a drive and a soft touch kiss.
Always know where the ball is to take away those really easy buckets.
Deep 3 is on the money for Luka over Sohan. First 3 points of the game for Luka. Well, the man who understands all spatial relations on the floor is in right now and rebounds his own miss to score. With that, he passes Jason Terry and moves into 6th. Born in Guyman, Oklahoma, where his parents were playing college basketball at Panhandle State. Luka tricked him a little bit there. Hope he's okay, though, because he took a pretty big body blow.
But it's just his overall defense guarding up a level as well.
Drive, Luka in on Sandro and scores. +4 on the glass. Like to see that rebounding number. In a good spot tonight. Luka drifts back from his spot, rattles it home. Weaving through the defense. Here's Luka. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. We've seen that one-legged fadeaway so often in this gym by just thinking hard. You know, they got nothing to lose. Yep. Their best player goes down, and everybody's stepping up.
Luka spin inside and score. Mavs going to action tonight at home, 7-6 in home games this year. Here is Luka. Shooter's touch and one.
You knew he was sooner or later going to get an and one.
I'm sorry?
You're okay. Pop didn't like any of it.
No, he did not.
he had a look on his face. Oh, yeah.
26-year-old from Las Vegas.
Like Collins. He plays with an edge.
3-ball, yes, sir. Luka hits it, 30 in the game.
He had his trials and problems, but he fought his way back. I think it's a great story.
4-3 from the corner. Luka doesn't take many corner threes, but drills that one.
That offensive skill set has developed.
19. Leads San Antonio in scoring in this game. Powell keeps it alive. Ball falls for Luka. 2 more.
His touch.
Yours last Friday and have lost 3 straight since. And here's a stared down 3. 9,000.
Kevin Durant to bring the ball down the floor and just use his length, his size to elevate, shoot over the top of defenders. Doncic gets to the rim as he slashes between a couple of defenders and scoring. Doncic stays away from Durant, instead pulls and pops. His pocket gets picked. Booker with Durant and a misfire. Doncic wants it for a 5-point swing. Fancy pass, the spin, Jones. Somehow not called for the travel. Doncic, deep 3, got it! And Luka Doncic hits 10.
He's documented it in a diary for Andscape.com, which you can check out there. Beth?
Yeah, very good follow there. Thank you, George. Doncic fades and hits. Luka opens up the night, 5 of 6. For Kevin, for all the Suns, really. Yes. They are tired of losing. They want to get healthy in a hurry as Doncic knocks down another one, and it's a timeout here for Phoenix. Doncic with the steal, Booker giving chase, and Luka gets the lay-in. Doncic head up the other way. Luka off the window, taking it right at Grayson Allen and over the top of him. Claude was getting in the first half. They just had to be able to knock him down, and they've done so early in this quarter. Dallas out of the timeout, goes to Doncic. Got it on the fade. Luka with a Kogi giving chase, and Doncic. Goodwin driving on Luka. Blocked by Luka. Doncic will push. Smaller defender on him. Steps back and hits it. Doncic step back. Got it. Doncic 3. Another one for Luka. Performance for him.
To go right at Lively and possibly get a foul on him early. Really, do you see? Really easy.
That's a nice plan for Dallas to get on the board to start the night. To Crypto.com Arena. They've gone to Santa Monica Preparatory School, and Leon Wood is in the Hall of Fame at Santa Monica Preparatory School. We see his picture in the gym. And Max Strus tried to save it back, and Exum has it, and Exum going to have a go, but Strus is able to deny him a path to drive to the basket. But there's no denying Luka Doncic a path to drive to the basket. Greg Porter Jr. on a 2-way contract. He had the ball against Exum, then went over to Okoro, lost ball. Luka in transition, Hardaway running with him, but Luka will take matters into his own hands. Doncic. And Luka with another fabulous start.
Sweet follow up.
Dallas in front by 2. Luka and a banging of bodies, and Isaac Okoro is like, what? Blackman as well.
Yes.
Oh, okay, roll, yeah. And then Mark Followell, too.
That made third on the list.
That's all right.
And speaking of...
And it was said in the most glowing terms. It's just, you saw it on that highlight package. Luka makes another bucket.
He's walked his way to 20 in the first quarter.
It's amazing, man.
They started 6 of 13. They're 0 for 6 since then, but good defense forcing Porter to take a late shot clock, difficult attempt. Luka attacks and scores. And a foul, too. He's really good at hide and go seek as the hider.
Okay.
But he can't hide from Luka. He can't hide from Luka. Luka will find him.
That was.
I mean, he hit the deck, sold out, and it gets Dallas a trip down the floor to score. Establishing a double-digit lead after Cleveland cut it to 4 earlier in the quarter. Luka, tough shot, but he makes those on the regular. He's up to 28 points. Here's Luka off the glass, and it finally stops the run at 15 straight points. The Cavaliers' suspect free throw shooters have been very good in this game.
Doncic gets Trace Jackson-Davis on a switch. That step back 3, and you said top of the telecast, best three-point percentage of his career. JK, don't reach and don't buy all the pump fakes. Getting that switch. Doncic on the fadeaway.
See, that's why you try to get the ball out of his hand. Fire it over there. Let Wiggins knock one down.
Doncic step back, loves that left wing. And I mean, we're going to say this during the game. I bet they set a ball screen. Oh, wait. They just did. Luka gets Steph on a switch. And then steps back for a 3. We've seen this movie the entire first quarter.
P2's in the game. That helps you defensively.
Doncic again. Create some contact, flip it in, and draw the foul. Doncic to the rim.
See, that was like a stagger screen, but that second screen.
Doncic gets Trace Jackson-Davis on a switch. Trace moves his feet well. Can't play him any better than that.
No matter how he's shooting, that time it was 3 guys up there with him.
Luka to the elbow.
Okay, you can't let him keep going up against single coverage.
Doncic, Trace Jackson-Davis switching onto him again, and another 3.
He's shooting a great percentage from out there.
Steph and Clay that way in a tandem for multiple games.
They're both capable of working themselves into games somehow. As Luka Doncic just continues your energy up. You know Looney's going to do his work on the glass.
Luka's step back on Looney. Dropped it in. I mean, Lively comes away with it. There was a chance there to cut it to 5. Doncic. He plays at his own pace, and he has the skill to finish. He's got 30. Kuminga will take a turn. Kuminga stays with them. They don't switch it. Doncic fade away, got it anyway. He's got 32.
My wife, too, tried to watch one of those.
Warriors need to trust the force here down the stretch. And
Doncic number 2 in scoring in the NBA behind Joel Embiid. As Will Hardy told us, and there's a case in point. He's patient. He let Collins commit. Luka. Dunn switches back. Collins rotates out. He forces that long 3, and I'd say that's an easy stroke.
That's another $50 donation from your Utah Ford stores to the Utah Food Bank, making a difference that's built Ford proud.
Luka answers with a 3 after dropping a couple of free throws.
So they started drawing concepts up for him, and it's worked out perfectly for Kelly and the team.
Utah has now missed 10 of their last 11 from the floor, but yet lead by 9. Luka really into the paint for the first time and bounces one off the glass. Jazz shooting at a 58% clip in this quarter, 44 for Dallas. Doncic on a little stop, and Markkanen just ran on by.
Dallas was bad. against Utah defensively.
Driving, scoring, but Dallas very good offensively to start this game tonight. Monty Kamara poked the ball away from Luka, who alertly tapped it away from Kamara before stealing it. Now Luka's in a low block situation himself, but that doesn't bother him. Mavs have been good at that this year. Third fewest fouls per game, just over 18. Oh, nice finish by Luka. And I hope that the landing was A-OK there. Ball into Seth Curry. 20-point Mavs advantage, and that is Luka on the receiving end of a pass through traffic on the cut. The shot selection at times tonight for Portland has left something to be desired. Step back, Jack. Pass fake, dribble drive to the hoop, way up off the glass. There is Jones slinging it outside. And then Luka sees a gap to drive, and boom, shaka Luka! Especially for the Mavericks. Another step back made by Luka. Kyrie advances it up ahead to Luka. Let's go! And Luka fouled. Oh, and they'll count it.
To pay attention to detail in this second half, specifically in the third quarter.
Got a clock situation here, but it's a game of beat the clock. You have to be good because it gets late early. Leslie, you have more on Kyrie Irving, by the way, right?
I don't even know how to follow that.
That's Yogi Berra said that. It gets late early.
Okay, can we just talk about how this is his second game back?
Well, perhaps the final 47 seconds we'll see of Luka here in tonight's game as he drives hard to the basket. Yes, stick around. We only got 36 of these 48 minutes. We got time for 12 more minutes of funny stuff tonight. And here's Luka. There's some funny stuff to stop any hope of shenanigans for the Trailblazers. Down the lane, Luka lays it in, and with that, the Mavs back in front. There's 2 shots in the paint. Initial attempt, and Gobert's follow-up, no good. Luka looking again, rolling, and a corner 3. Trado over Cat.
Yeah, and all he's doing is
10 straight games of 25-plus points come to an end when Minnesota won big at Houston the other night. He scored 24 in that game, and they didn't need him to score anymore.
You don't see him put it on the deck that often.
Now Luka splits through 2 defenders. A blow-by by Kyle Anderson at the rim for the layup. Towns got into trouble, but flipped it to McDaniels, who forced it up against Grant Williams.
Excellent job defensively.
And so Dallas comes back down the floor, trying to rebuild their lead, which had shrunk to 2, and Luka laying it in. Now Luka. It's a late clock Luka moment, and he delivers over Kyle Anderson.
To go my vacation spot.
I mean, I would love to go to the Celtics.
Good pull up. That's
yes, it is.
That takes up the slack for Minnesota.
The step back check. Luka nails it, and the Mavericks retake the lead. Lost by 18 last month. Oh, that's a tough runner.
Oh, you're making him do something he's not comfortable doing.
Yeah.
When you start talking about Alexander.
Luka, yes, sir! McLaughlin for his career, 34% from deep. And now Luka, right back at you! What?
And he thought he got fouled.
That go along with that, but he has battled his butt off. And here is Luka. He's been pumping, and he goes up to the cup. Now McDaniels is matched up on Luka. Luka couldn't beat him, so he'll shoot over it and make it. Long 2-pointer. Luka's always looking off the defense, or knows that someone, just like a quarterback and a receiver combo. First it was Luka looking for the pass. Now he's looking for the shot and drains the 3.
The thing that sticks out to me right now is the Mavericks only have 1 assist. Memphis has 8. One team is moving the basketball. The other team is not.
And there's an unassisted field goal for Luka Doncic.
Ball movement is the hardest thing for anybody or any team to try to guard, as we see Luka with the nice take and 1 stop. But Memphis's ball,
It's cold.
That wind was blowing all day long. It's about 35 degrees out here. It's normally warm around in Dallas now.
So you remember is Doncic.
Hello.
Got a tray. Irving. Doncic spinning in the lane. The shot falls.
And if I'm Dallas, I would stick with that strategy defensively.
It's stolen by Luke Kennard. And then David Roddy gives it up. Memphis is leaving the door ajar for Dallas, but can they force their way into the house?
Have to do a better job of valuing the ball. You have a big-time lead. One of the quickest ways to get the Mavericks back in this game as Luka drives to the basket is to give the game away from a turnover standpoint.
25 points, 6 assists, and those 5 boards. Doncic, backdoor cut, inside, got 2 more.
Memphis has nothing to lose. I talked to Coach Scooney Penn at halftime. He said that's how they're going to play. We have nothing to lose right now. We're laying it all on the line, and they've done that as we see Luka with a nice take inside.
Prince, good size on Doncic in terms of height. Doncic always finds a way to get himself open. He wanted a foul called on that as he talks to Scott Forster. Doncic goes backdoor, well defended by Vanderbilt. Doncic gets inside, keeps the ball with him, and floats it up and in.
Doesn't matter how good the defense is. This guy just has
plantar problem, plantar fascia problem. Josh Green also out tonight for Dallas as Doncic knocks down his first three-pointer.
Their ability to protect the rim against the most dominant teams at the paint. That's one weakness that would make me a little uncomfortable.
Doncic lines that one up, double figures for Doncic.
Yeah, Mike, and I thought that early injury kind of threw the whole team into flux, right? It's not the usual substitution pattern. They still aren't on their pattern that they usually use.
Prince on Doncic, goes inside. He seems to, when you watch him play,
shooter too open.
Doncic finds room.
Good
shot. All right, so we're talking about his 8-point lead for the Lakers. We're under 2 to play in the second. Doncic goes right at Reeves, stops, and then able to, it's just the strength there. Right back into the hands of Luka Doncic. Russell guarding him. Draws the contact. Shot is good, and the foul. 9 of his 18 already here in the third. Doncic.
He's the ultimate
rebound tipped. Kleba keeps it alive. Grant Williams back up top. Doncic lost the ball. Then the Euro step. What a move from Luka Doncic. James now guarding Doncic. Wood picks him up. Doncic step back. Three-pointer. That's good. It's only his second three. He was 1 for 7.
Well, that's what's underrated is their bench play.
Here's Luka driving inside and scoring against Al Horford.
Did he tell
for the night for Dallas?
Did he say he was too small?
Third shot opportunity. And it will be Luka from Jones who drives and over Brown with the foul. And now here's Luka against Derek White. 5 on the shot clock. And he will fade and score.
There's no defense for Luka. In that possession for the Mavericks.
Yeah, the deflections really helped to put Boston in a low clock situation. Hauser defending, and Luka a pirouette and a shot and a score. He's got 9.
Which is leading to a really solid, comfortable shot.
Now here's a drive. No basket. Foul was on Jaylen Brown out front.
They're certainly getting him the ball in his sweet spot.
Well, before that 12-point game against the Lakers last week, as Luka scores inside, Hardaway averaged 32 over a 3-game run.
Yeah, he's been sensational shooting it.
Another Grant Williams screen, and Luka with a foul.
That's incredible. The body control, the patience.
And they set the tone early this year. Won their first 5. They were 11-2. Here's Luka. He slices through the defense himself. Perfect by any stretch of the imagination on offense. Still has a double-digit lead. Luka with his first 3 of the game. Brown pokes it away from Luka. Still time to operate. 4 seconds. Driving baseline, driving strong, finishing. Determination. Only 8 free throw attempts tonight for the Mavs. Big block by Kleba. Great D. Boston at 23. Free throws attempted. Oh, but one more's coming Dallas's way here. And now you can cross that psychological barrier of dropping it into a single-digit game, which it is. Three-pointer, bullseye, Luka Doncic.
Derrick Jones Jr., who's been such a nice addition for Dallas. Playing catch with Doncic. Finds a spot and drills it.
Come on now, how sweet is that little dribble?
Dallas lead is 6. Allen chasing Doncic. Leans in using his size. Nice soft touch. He already has 5 points, 3 assists. Kogi fighting through screens. Durant though picks up Doncic. Step back, tough shot, got it. Oh, Doncic, his first 3 with Durant right on top of him. Grant Williams keeps it alive. Another 14 on the shot clock. Doncic hits a three-pointer. 9 for 13 now. Doncic, long three-pointer, puts it in. Luka Doncic way downtown.
You're just trying to stay attached in a half where Durant and Beal are a combined 4 for 13. They haven't shot it well.
Doncic, nice soft touch off the glass. Thing the other night, he had a slow first half and then just exploded with 30 in the second half. Doncic drills a three-pointer. 22 for Doncic. We still have just under 5 to play in the second. Hardaway wisely didn't try and jam it in there. Doncic down the lane, scoop layup is good. 24 first half points for Luka Doncic. Doncic against Kogi. Spins, gets inside, count it, and 1. Beautiful move from Doncic. As Lively hands it out. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter, excuse me. Doncic goes inside, fouls, count it, and 1. All right, trying to slowly chip away.
Sustaining them. He's getting his rest right now, and they've got to find more rhythm.
Doncic gets inside, layup is good. And a timeout call by Frank Vogel.
And Williams came over to the Mavericks in the offseason. Here's Luka. And gets a shot at the bucket and lays it in his 4th season. Lively on the handoff, and here's Luka again getting toward that restricted area. And you're right, Neek, he can't get that deep in the paint. Constant ball pressure that he had to suffer through the last 2 nights. Luka. Oh, he's on it early, Neek. Loose ball to Dallas. Hardaway kicks it ahead to Luka. Boy, the transition game serving Dallas well.
Well, the Hawks
just over 8 times a game. That's such a big part of his offense and the Hawks' offense, his ability to create at the foul line. Luka for 3.
Get to Luka. Get to him. He's in a. You see, like this, these kind of plays here, it's going to work out in his favor most times.
Gets right inside, scores easily.
I can't say it strongly enough.
It's the 2 free throws to pull Atlanta within 4. Luka. Oh, boy.
See, again, you're giving him too much space.
Keep that in mind, the way he started this one.
Again.
Oh, look at this. He faked everybody out of the way and said, I might as well just go lay it in.
It's too much dancing.
Did not go to the free throw line. Luka. Daylight over Okongwu. Luka with his 4th rebound. Again, living in the paint, steps back, scores again. 23 for Doncic. Luka doing it all. He's already 10 of 13 from the field. Well, make that 11 of 14.
Then throw it. So.
Luka, fade. He's not even hitting the rim. Luka, 30. All eyes on Luka Doncic. Uh-oh. He gets a layup. 34 for Doncic. Minute 50 to go. Second quarter. Luka spins it back. Williams. Now Luka. Sideline 3 is good. 37. Luka, the point forward, gets a lay-in. 39. The Mavericks without Derrick Jones Jr. for the rest of the night. He did sprain his left wrist on that offensive foul going for the dunk, and Luka sinks a three. It was a breakneck pace in that first half, and Luka goes off the glass to score. He's up to 48 now. He's made a three in 54 consecutive games. Second longest active streak. Dame's hit one in 119 straight. Luka!
I'm going to tell you what was wrong with that pick and roll.
96-88.
They took the trap off again.
Uh-oh. Luka fires and hits. 55 to tie Durant's arena record. 8 points for Onyeka. 108-105 Dallas. Luka puts it in. Will they give him continuation? No. Kobe's 81 in reach.
Well, 70 for sure is
step back three. Got it! Knockout punch after knockout punch by Doncic. The Hawks keep coming back. Luka.
You know what? If they don't make an adjustment now, there's no way you're going to have a chance to win.
DJ swatted away by Lively. Picked up by Luka. In transition, Doncic drops it in, count the basket. And a free throw coming, he's gonna be shooting for 70. A minute remaining in this game. Luka gets through the defenders, powers up, score it! 72 for number 77.
You're gonna be a good passer. Remember Weber and Divac, of course.
Oh yeah.
Here's Luka driving his way around Murray, scoop to the hoop. First two of the game. An outlet to Fox. Fox going downhill. And defense by Williams. Oh, and Hardy. He throws a bomb to Luka for the boom shaka Luka finish. 1 for 4, all three-point attempts. Mavs scored the first 8, but now they're down by 2. Now it's tied and a chance to take the lead. A finish and a foul. Holmes. Luka bluffs a 3 against Davion Mitchell. Gonna go to work inside, and that's why. Tonight, the 21st appearance for Lawson. Luka with 2 more. 14-point.
Hard after that defensive possession.
Luka bumped off Kevin Huerter and hit the step back for the baseline.
Man for the year.
Or at least several weeks, man. I was very concerned, like you were, Stan, as Luka scores inside. Pulling up, that's not a good combo.
It certainly is not.
An inverse relationship.
Luka inside, scoop to the hoop.
Good patience, just slipped it right up.
27 tonight. Kings have 5 turnovers this quarter. Quick 3. Battled in. 16 seconds to go. Not many times tonight that Luka's going to have a size advantage with this big Orlando lineup. He post up, sucks. It's a basket with a foul. Player who was in Luka's draft class, selected 7th by the Chicago Bulls. 4-3 over Carter. Luka, Drano. Badly needed. Now Luka against Wendell Carter. Isaac went out of the game, and so the length isn't quite as for. They put it in the hot hands of Anthony Black, and it's the first thing he's done wrong tonight. A pass that Luka steals, and Luka in transition lays it in.
Oh, this thing's back up to 15.
Long 2. Luka over Okeke. So, how do you fix it, Coach?
It starts on the defensive end of the floor. You can't give up 77 points to a team that's ranked 25th in offense. That's going to help.
Hardy, what a first half he had with 18 points. Now leaves it for Luka. And Luka just zigzags through the paint to score again. 2-point game. Last minute of the third quarter, which has been a dramatic turnaround. Luka posting up Banchero. Yes, sir. Dallas looking for something good here on this last time they'll have the ball in the third quarter. That's something good. Hello, Wenda. Ball into Lively. An exchange with Luka. Late clock deep three. Yes, sir. Hello. Don't poke the bear. Long-range three to put Dallas up 4. So he just hits another three to put Dallas up again. Has really exceeded expectations tonight. Will it be enough for them to win the game? Banchero, good defense. But Luka, better offense.
The footwork.
Giannis has only made 23 pointers this season. He's made 3 here in the last little bit. The Mavericks have made 3 threes in the game to start it off. Maxey, Green, and then Luka Doncic.
To do things they're not accustomed to doing on the offensive end of the floor.
Drive here by Luka, spinning, shooting. He is A-OK. Our hero is back. Since it was 17-16. Stop it, pop, Drano.
Let's go.
Well, a few guys in this league can get hurt and play even better.
Plowed into Powell, but no score.
What I mean by that, Mark, is that
here's Luka again. More string music.
Incredible.
And the Mavericks have now made 9. Reset that broken nose, so obviously he won't be playing Monday in Philadelphia. We'll see where it goes from there. Luka puts in a 2-pointer, and Dallas extends their lead.
Quite been the same player that he was the year Milwaukee was champion.
Yes, sir. Luka will step back long 2-pointer. The next foul on Milwaukee will be free throws because it will put them over the London. A matchup of stars, and Luka plows through the paint to the basket on the drive against Giannis. It wasn't a good formula you were looking at on paper tonight. Milwaukee, as Luka tosses in a shot, wants a foul, doesn't get it, but 2 more on the board for him. Which is big time considering the caliber of players that have.
Yeah. Gary Porter. And
Luka with the 3. Deep.
Hit them again.
Milwaukee. Milwaukee had a 15-0 run to close things out in the second quarter, but Dallas has a couple of hoops, one by Kleba.
So maybe the energy is about to change.
Is that a Bucks fan or a 49ers fan?
Oh, is that what that was?
I think that's what that was.
Okay.
Yes. Here's Luka driving and scoring out of a timeout. 7 points, 8 rebounds tonight for Portis, but that's a big basket. And so's that for Luka. Drains the 3 with 5:55. A 15-0 run to end the first half was a very important stretch of this game for Milwaukee. It got him back into it. They built on it in the second half, and now a needed basket out of a timeout.
Hope to follow suit. Still no Nico Batum, no DeAnthony Melton, though we did see D. Melton tonight getting up shots before the game. Doncic draws the foul, and will they give him continuation? Bamba hands to Oubre.
Sixers also have given up their second potential challenge because they lost the first one.
Doncic, the interception. Foot race with Marcus Morris Sr., and Doncic lays it up and in.
Mavs 5 of 18 coming out of the break from long range. 10 of 6, the Sixers in favor of the Sixers on the fast break as Luka just staying with it. Multiple looks. 76ers with an advantage on the glass. You see it right there.
Sixers back in front momentarily, and then Luka gives the Mavs back the lead. Mavs 13 of 37. Doncic left wide open on the wing, and Luka rattles in number 14 from downtown for Dallas. Covering Dwight during his 4 years at Stanford, out in the Bay Area, and everything going the Mavericks' way now. Doncic.
In a long time.
Doncic, the spin on Thomas. Step back 3, bottom.
That's with 2 guys on him, Ian. 2 guys. In terms of net rating, the problem is they haven't played together enough. And so I don't even think the Mavericks know what they really have. He wants to do the same type of things that Nick Claxton does for this team.
Clowney just 19. Doncic knew the contact was coming, and it sits on there and goes through. Smith digging at the ball. Doncic using his size and using the angle off the glass. Averaged 27 points per game as a member of the Nets. 49% from the field, 40% from three. It was about availability. Doncic, the fade, copyrighted for Luka Doncic.
He's got a chance to elevate them.
Had a toe injury that really bothered him, kept him out of action. Timer winding down. Doncic knocks in a 3.
a breather for him right now. And the offense flows through Luka, and a nice bounce on the fadeaway shot.
He shoots one free throw every 40 minutes. That has to change.
Doncic, fend off, fade, off the glass and in for Luka Doncic. Doncic handles, Irving off the ball. Doncic gets through the first wave, spins and scores. Thomas with a quick jack comes up short. 14-point lead, Doncic again and again and again. Rebounded by Doncic. Dallas can add to it.
14th rebound tonight also.
Oh, that's really deep. Luka Doncic. Downtown hit.
Maybe getting started for Royce O'Neal. Made 5 in the fourth last night to keep the Nets in it against Golden State.
He's got 18 points. Turnaround Doncic. Nails it. Irving get it in for Doncic. Claxton committed. Doncic drives it to the rim and finishes. 34 points, 18 rebounds, 9 assists.
Doncic has McBride on his back, step back three. How about Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic opening up the score? Thibodeau felt like it wasn't so serious. Maybe in a different scenario, you could roll him out there, but an opportunity to sit him down tonight. Could we see him back next game as Doncic off the window? More opportunities for the opposition, and they're not seeing that tonight. And current personnel certainly noted. Doncic draws the contact and scores it. And Doncic with an and one. Jones. Now around the horn it goes. Doncic drives on Hart, and Doncic lays it in. He's got 8 of those in this third quarter. Doncic turns the corner, Gibson on him, just shakes him, and Doncic scores easily. There are 3 official players available on the bench at this point, but I think there's only 2 that are actually here and available, and that's Brown and Toppin. Brown's on the floor now as the three-pointer goes down.
Someone else rotate back when Kyrie Irving shoots that jump shot from the top. No one did.
Doncic, a foul, and around and down it goes. DiVincenzo now at 20. Achua guarding Doncic, who buries a 3.
Plus 11 on the boards here in the second half after getting out rebounded in the first half.
Here's Doncic, he's fouled and he scores. Mavericks lead is 13. Dallas trying to make it 3-0 on this East Coast trip. Philadelphia, Brooklyn, and the Knicks would be the run. Doncic, step back 3 is good. Top it ends up on Doncic. Gets it right back. 6 to shoot. Doncic, three-pointer down. Luka with the mean mug on his way back.
They have it all year. That's why they lost Anunoby and Randall and still won 4 out of 5.
Doncic with a flurry of moves, and he buries a 3. Luka Doncic.
To average 35 points and 10 assists in multiple calendar months.
He's got another one.
They combined for like 58 points or something. I think they're the second leading duo in the league, Kyrie and Luka. So.
And here's Luka over Lou Dort. Luka over Lou.
Players in the starting lineup brings a lot to the table.
Over 39% on his threes this year. Fly-by closeout, pump fake. Yeah, baby. He's ready.
He's ready. He's right.
Now here's a rebound for Kleba. Luka, stop and pop 3. His third one in the opening few minutes of the game. Mark Daigneault wants a timeout. Recovering from the broken nose that he sustained that required surgery to reset it earlier this week. He's been out almost 2 weeks now as Luka, who's been drilling shots on the outside, slices through the Thunder defense. Shooting right for the foul line there.
Well, he and Kyrie do a terrific job of getting in the paint off the bounce every single night.
Luka, change of direction, got him past Kenrich Williams. What?
Yeah, what is what?
1 for 2 on the line for Chet. This is a 45-point first quarter, and the Mavericks still have 2 or 3 more trips down the floor. They just scored 3 more.
Dallas Maverick growing up in Dallas fun fact here later in the broadcast.
I like fun facts.
Yep.
Down the lane, Luka, and 1.
Productivity, baby.
He was a second-round pick in 2019. 2 years collegiately at Arkansas. Luka on the money. Only 1 point since that last Thunder timeout, which was 2 minutes ago at the 3:39 mark left in the third. Now a chance for 3 more. 2 with a foul for Luka Doncic. Gafford is controlling the boards. Here in the opening minutes of the game, he already has a half dozen. A heave and a hit by Luka Doncic, the Western Conference Player of the Week. Dallas controlled it because of the work by Kyrie in the paint. Luka follows in his own miss, padding his stats. So you've had a great rookie year, and one of the honors of that, Derek, was getting chosen to be part of the Rising Stars Challenge. Oh wait, here, something good could happen here.
There we go. There we go.
Now a chance for a three-point play for Luka.
Green with a cross, the spin, finding a cutting Doncic to the lane. Luka Doncic now with 15 points and 11 assists.
A rebound.
Kispert just missed. He's 0 for 6. By the way, Koulibaly off the bench for Washington is 0 for 7 as Luka fades and scores, and Dallas creeps back to within 4. Luka coming back in at that dead ball for the coach's challenge a moment ago. Luka inside, working against Koulibaly. Some pretty good defense with some better offense.
Great offense by Luka. Stay patient.
Now Koulibaly's up on Luka. Luka on the drive, going to shoot a little fadeaway. It's on the money. Revenge, Luka.
Well, he's just so comfortable.
Well, the game has had a weird feel at times tonight, but it's rocking right now.
The Mavericks have gotten a couple of stops.
And that's why it's rocking!
Yeah.
Back to Trey on its way. And he can't hit the tray. P.J. Washington pulls down the board and quickly gets rid of it. It's a 2-on-1. Champagny gets back. Doncic attacks inside and scores.
Until tonight, and by the way, Jay Kidd said before the game that he would be on a minute's limit tonight. Down the lane, Luka answers the basket that Devin Vassell just scored for San Antonio. Lively has changed the energy. He had some good defense there, challenging that shot. Tim Hardaway attacking. Luka calling for it. He's 3 for 3. Hits on the money.
Go out there and just go after every shot, alter everything, and I think that's the way they want him to play.
So they did not get a dead ball. That's a goaltend, by the way. Did not get a dead ball under the 3-minute mark until 31 seconds left in the first quarter. Dangerous player when he gets in there, as we have seen. Luka launches and hits. Now it's Luka off the inbounds pass. At 110 possessions. Screen, Gafford, shot, Luka. Yeah, baby! Drive by Luka against Keldon Johnson. A little body contact to separate and hit the short fadeaway. Let's see, Collins over the last 7 games going into tonight. 0 for 14 on threes. And then it's a layup by Luka against Zach Collins. It's 3 missed threes tonight, so 0 for his last 17 and 1 for his last 25 on threes. And it ended an 11-0 run, with the Mavericks starting another run with a quick Luka 3. Dallas looking for their 6th straight win. And to make it 3-0 this year against San Antonio. Man, those are some dance moves and some more Luka magic.
Guys on the floor here for the Suns that are the master of the mid-range game.
Well, you couldn't have more star power, could you? This, my goodness, step back 3, Doncic.
I don't know how you guard that.
And 8 minutes gone here in the first quarter. 3rd and final meeting this season. Doncic with a gorgeous 3, and he's got a couple of them.
Defensively.
There's a drive inside. Doncic got it right there. Durant is out and Allen is in. Peak of the game. It's Durant and Doncic. Luka, soft, feathery shot.
Way too easy.
Doncic 4 of 8. Gordon defends. KD will back him up. Doesn't matter.
Oh, man.
Then Dirk played for this organization. Big statue outside.
Well-earned and deserved statue.
Doncic! Doncic shedding the defense of Okogie. Okogie sticking right with him. Around Eubanks. Got it. Foul. Count it.
He did the Larry Bird.
Will win the season series.
They're only playing 3 games against each other this year. Doncic inside. Kyrie Irving. And Doncic from 3, late closed by Booker.
Doncic.
Because he's the more aggressive towards the rim out of the two. But on offense, he said they've been putting Kevin Durant on their center, so they want to use TJ more. And especially if they can get him in the pick and roll against Nurkic. And
here's Josh Green. Doncic with 27. Allen is on him. Step back 3.
Wow. Because you normally don't see that from Luka. For Durant.
Yep.
Very uncharacteristic.
87% free throw shooter. Doncic in tight. He's got 34. Doncic fakes, drives, and he gets it to go. Irving. Allen sticking right with him. Kyrie. Doncic open 3. The nail right there. It's over 41 points.
In their 7-game win streak, 5 of those are by double figures. Doncic one-on-one against Mathurin puts it up and in.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not.
And one thing since the trade deadline, they've gotten longer and more athletic. We'll talk about that. Here's Doncic. 5-0 Mavericks.
Well, I love how aggressive. You see Mathurin.
Doncic gets the roll. Pacers 5 of 12, Dallas 6 of 10. Doncic.
When you split him and let him go left, that's his strong suit.
Halliburton up off the bench in front of us. He'll check in next dead ball. Doncic 3. When that's the one thing he's done this year. Doncic off the glass. He has 20.
He's got size.
Doncic 4 times first team All-NBA. And he gets it in. 22 for Doncic in the first half. Steps back behind that 3-point arc and hits. Well, you don't want to lose him like that.
That's why.
And the Pacers have a 10-point lead. But during this 7-game win streak, 4 times the Mavericks have rallied from a 10-point deficit.
To get where he needed to go.
And now all 5 starters in double figures. Nembhard 5 of 6 from the field. He has 10 points. And that spins in for Doncic.
So here's Doncic, who leads the league in scoring. Doncic gets his way inside, floats it up and in, gets fouled, and Luka Doncic has a chance for the 3-point play. 7-1 Lively got a piece of it, and out trots Doncic. Mentioned he works at his own pace, AC. He is a marvel to watch. Mitchell looks to knife inside. That was knocked away. Scooped up by Irving. Irving shovels to Doncic. Doncic down the middle of the lane. That was too easy as Doncic gives the Mavericks an 18-12 lead. Gets it to Luka Doncic. Doncic with a hesitation move in toward Laverne. He got really deep there, AC, as Doncic has 9 early points to go along with 4 assists.
Awesome when they catch and shoot.
Doncic back in the ball game. Lets the back in on Laverne. Fades away and scores. Doncic now has 13 points and 5 assists. Up by Strus. We approach the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. The Cavalier lead is 11. Uh-oh, Doncic long range. Oh my. 19 now for Luka. We talked about it earlier. The Cavs will continue to switch it up on Luka, give him different personnel, different looks. Luka steps back and he continues to do that between shot clock and game clock. Doncic this time works on Mobley. Steps back for 3, and he is feeling it here in this first half.
That's about the 5th time they've done that because they are anticipating those passes.
Doncic is perilously close to picking up a technical, and he just did. Doncic fathered by Mitchell. Luka got a half step, got underneath, and Doncic now has 31 points. Mitchell has drilled 5 threes here tonight. He is a team-high 20 points. Doncic to the basket, puts it up and puts it in.
Boy, he has a soft touch, doesn't he?
Mitchell bounces through to Allen. Allen got roadblocked by Kleba and lost the ball. Doncic takes the lead pass.
throw it down.
You talk about situational shots. That's a killer when Luka draws about 4 of the Cavaliers, and Green had that wide open look. Luka works his way inside. He banks and scores. Doncic now has 37. There was the reason for the call as Doncic from the elbow connects again. Lively straight away. Doncic is leaned on by Okoro. Steps back, fires a contested 3. Oh my. Woo. Man. Couldn't get it back, however, as now here's Doncic. Doncic lopes into the forecourt. Stops, fires. Oh, brother.
That's why I knew they needed to score.
Why not project and say, this is somebody I want to lead my franchise or be someone that we can build around? Makes sense to me.
Doncic, the up fake. You have to watch out for the 3. Since January 1st, Grady is shooting nearly 59% in corner threes. And they're going to count the bucket. And then uses actually the basket to help him out.
Exactly. You called it right on the spot, partner. Use the rim to protect the ball.
Doncic fires away as a Raptor, but overall shooting 40% from 3 on the season. It'll come. And continuation. Doncic. He's got that size, right? Bruce Brown, Pirtle, Trent Jr. quickly and Barrett. Brown trying to deal with Doncic. Here comes Pirtle. All that and then that. Look at him smile. Like, yeah, throw bodies at me, that's fine.
Because you start seeing he's on the scouting report now. That drew that Gafford going all the way out there. A month ago, they might have stopped short.
Doncic, he's got 20. Second night of a back-to-back for the Mavs. Abachi. And Doncic over top. Rebound for Scotty. Scotty driving and leaves it for Brown. Brown blows the layup. Doncic gets the bucket. Good job by Olenek. As you mentioned, the bigger body.
Bigger body, hands high. But this is the challenge right here. The blow bombs.
Count it and 1. Here you go. Clock down. Washington. Doncic.
National TV crew chief debut. No John Vogel tonight had to miss the game with personal reasons as Luka Doncic just massages his way into the banker.
You want to talk about the change in the game where you have Drew Holiday shooting a fadeaway from the corner, which is so impressive. And yes, his percentage from the corner.
A 13-5 start for the Celtics. Doncic takes it into his own hands.
And it's funny, the minute he felt that energy.
Boston number 2 in defensive efficiency. Doncic, step back 3 is good. 42 threes per game, and he loved that they could win a game that way because he wants the optionality, the versatility. As Porzingis says, you know what? Take that off. The way they have bought into sacrifice. Doncic working Holiday. Doncic bangs inside. Easy finish against a premier defender. Or pressure their coach into it even though when they know they're wrong. It's Doncic. Leads in and finishes. Green spotting up. In and out on a 3. Lively keeps it alive and then Doncic cleans it up. Doncic with Horford shading. Doncic, deep 3. He got it.
Players around him were all flourishing, and they were the best team in the NBA, and his numbers were outstanding. I think Jason Tatum 100% should be in the top of that list. As you see Luka, another MVP candidate with the bucket.
They are just so good.
It just, to me, there's just so many problems as Luka gets the layup.
I mean, there's just so many amazing historical nuggets now that have started to bloom for this Boston team, Richard, as Doncic off one leg. Oh, yeah. It's a Mavs team that's been playing really well lately as Luka finishes plus the foul. A chance for 3 for Luka Doncic. Last year's Celtics, who lost in the Eastern Conference Finals, and then two of the championship Warriors teams, 2017 and 2015. Doncic floats in another jumper, 37, 11, and 10 for Luka Doncic.
Luka on the step back, hit it. 11-0 Dallas, and an early Nick Nurse timeout. He's been first-team All-NBA each of the last 4 years, and he just turned 25 on Wednesday. Had a triple-double on his birthday, followed that up with another triple-double. But in defeat, Doncic catching fire here with 3 baskets early on in the second quarter. With Doncic getting another rebound, his 6th. Dallas started the game leading 11-0. Count the basket for Doncic, able to power that one up and in, finishing through contact. That's 10 points now for Harris. Doncic, step back, fires. It's good on the 3. Doncic with 15 now. He's 8 of 12 from the floor. Very efficient game, 2 of 4 from 3. That pass could not connect though.
Got to get a layup here.
3 on 1. Washington strip. Doncic cleans it up though, count it, and 1. Doncic with 2 defenders on him.
Oh, he's got to shoot that.
Instead, back out to Luka. Doncic gets to the rim and has 20 points now. So 2 and 1s in the quarter for Philly. The lead up to 16. Again, the Mavs have lost 3 of 4. One of those losses on a 60-footer by Max Strus as Doncic nails it from the foul line. And the lead back to 15 now for Philly. They led by 18 a couple of minutes ago. Doncic spins, step back for mid-range, around and down. Irving hits the deck, got it out to Doncic. Luka trying to break down Harris, driving at the chest of Batum. So powerful. Doncic with pace up the floor, tries the 3 from straight away, front rim, and in.
That's a big one.
Doncic, rebound number 11.
They have to get a good shot here.
Luka gonna drive, got right past Oubre for the layup. 35 points now for Doncic.
Off the dribble.
Some clutch shots by Tobias Harris. The 3 from Doncic from beyond the hash mark.
They play offense and how efficient they are. They don't need to be as good defensively. They just have to be so-so. And you see as Luka scores the first bucket of the game, you can't give up a...
Shooting it well lately, but overall this year, Nembhard has a high field goal percentage. Gets a lot of shots around the basket like that. Luka, 3-ball over Miles Turner. That is no walk in the park, obviously, to shoot over him. He, of course, from Trinity High School in Euless.
Well, he's a great dude, too. Yep. Awesome interview.
Top of the key, Jay. Dallas has started out 7 out of 8.
They put a lot of pressure on you, baby.
Now to the bench. Obi Toppin has come into the game. And here's Luka kissing it home off the glass. Gafford screening. He and Neesmith got tangled up. Now it's Luka with a big guy, Jalen Smith, guarding him. And the 3-ball over Smith is drained.
Mid-range jump shots are a big part of his success in the NBA.
Luka on the move. Pulls up. Easy one. Hello, Wenda. Doncic has already drained a 3 over Smith. Oh. Repeat because the bank is open.
Is the key there. Crossover helped him create a little bit of space right into the step back.
Luka trying to ward off Jalen Smith. The drive down the edge of the lane. Hello, Wenda. 2 follow-up baskets by the Pacers. Smith on the previous possession. Siakam that time.
That can happen when you got a lot of shot blockers going for shots. You need to be able to pick up that offensive rebound guy.
Luka fades away and drills it over Neesmith. Neesmith made the 3. Kyrie and Luka play off each other. Luka just takes a long 3.
2 wide open looks in the past couple of possessions. They knocked that one down.
Splitting the defense. Luka all the way at Miles Turner. A thrust to the basket. Last year, 15 games, 1 with Minnesota, 14 with Dallas. Late clock, out of the timeout. Luka, 2 more, puts him at 30 for the game. But something positive to build on is very much needed right now. And Luka tosses in a shot and draws the foul.
Right.
And you don't have a lost ball because of it. But McConnell steals it because of his willingness, as you said, to play hard. Luka with a 3-pointer. Pacers still at almost 56% for the floor in this game. Luka bumped on the way to the basket. Timeout.
And 2 games back of number 6 Phoenix. That is really what they're averaging right now. They're aiming at that with Doncic across the lane and a shot in the face there. It looks like to Rozier. It's Butler on the side. Robinson throws it away. Kyrie got it. Doncic the other way. Step back triple. Jovic the close, and a 3 is in by Luka. With Miami, he's averaging about 14 a game. Doncic. That's in tight. Got to get in the top 6, as we said at the top of the show. But from 7 to 10, it becomes a battle of 3 by Luka Doncic. He's got 10. Maverick loss here Tuesday. Exum fought 3. Tries on Highsmith. Great spin. Doncic.
Very lackadaisical.
Average number 8 in the West, and a scoop there by Luka Doncic. Just throwing his weight around. Exum, long strides, hands to Doncic. It's a 3. Luka Doncic with the triple. Looks like he's going to get his chance for a 4th quarter that's close. We're in the 3rd right now, and Doncic's 3 is good, and he's got 12 points in this 3rd. Until the end of the regular season, Doncic making a move. Butler's on him. Luka Doncic, 26. Lively with a nice rebound, kicks it out. Kleba, Doncic, fake, fires, count it! And the Nuggets, Irving inside, loose ball, shot clock at 2. Impossible shot! Doncic got it!
Away from a triple-double. Another, his 5th straight.
Doncic, Butler, 3, bullseye!
Dallas 4 for 10. Pistons 2 for 7 out of the gate. Mavericks lead 10-6. Kyrie Irving with a nice screen from Gafford. Topside Luka for the long gun. It goes. Way outside for Exum. Luka gets it back on the wing. Drives it to the baseline. Doubles on the up fake, and the shot is down. Wants another foul. Doesn't get it.
Better than Cade on Doncic with 2 fouls.
Right now, Jaden's got him. Luka turns, fires, fills it up. Barks for a call. He has 10.
Senator, in your long storied career, and I know it's full of achievements, but what stands out maybe in your mind as the signature accomplishment for you?
They're all over Detroit, you know, making basketball courts and partnering with Henry Ford Health System and all of the other efforts that are going on that are so important.
Many to choose from. Yeah.
So many to choose from in your so. But you know, I have some other favorites, by the way.
Let's hear.
I have like beyond the Pistons.
Luka has it against Fontecchio. Shoulders it, goes baseline, sends it, scores it.
Against the Dallas Mavericks, at least 2 of their defenders.
10 in the first, 9 in the second for Cade. Luka to the lane, Luka to the basket, lays it up, lays it in. Luka against Beef Stew. Crosses over twice. Now fires from way downtown and drains it.
This guy started off very slow.
Pistons within 4. 10 now and 18 to play in the 3rd. Luka Doncic at the elbow. Perfect with the shot. Luka works the top against Fontecchio. Luka to the lane. Turns, fires, fills it. Luka Doncic keeps the dribble. Turns inside, gets to the basket, lays it up, lays it in. Shot clock inside 10. Doncic trying to use that strength, and does, to the basket, lays it up softly and in.
Doncic has size on Dosunmu. Ayo struggles in some of these matchups. Doncic hits a 3. He has made the 2nd most threes in the league. Somehow cross court. That won't go for Exum. Doncic the tap, no. White tipped it back to Doncic. Working in the post, Caruso. He was able to muscle through. Doncic, that last lively bucket, already 6 assists, and now he's got 9 points and 6 rebounds.
And he's just playing like he's out there by himself.
He's switched on with Drummond, so he steps back for three and hits.
Oh, he's talking to the crowd.
Oh boy. 20-point leads are very easy to come back from in the NBA. Let's hope that's the case. Let's hope that's the case tonight. Doncic over Craig.
Oh,
wow, Luka Doncic. Doncic drives through the teeth of the defense.
That's his first bucket since the first quarter.
Doncic lines up a three. He's trying to get to that 30-point mark while he's already got the triple-double.
And that time, Julian Phillips.
Lively and Gafford have dominated. Doncic with another three. He's got 24. See them on Wednesday. They're going to take on a tough OKC team tomorrow. Nice pass by Green. Out to Doncic. He just needs 3 more points to extend the record. Win Monday was down in the Alamo City, and they continue their road trip here tonight. And making a path to the basket. A trail right to the cup.
It happens even to great shooters sometimes.
Was drifting almost out of bounds on that shot. Now Trace Jackson-Davis up in the air, and the ball down in the hoop, and a chance for three the old-fashioned way by the league's #1 scorer. Now, as you would expect, Gary Payton guarding Luka. Luka working, shooting, turning, and he scores. That will put Golden State already shorthanded with Curry and Draymond out even in more of a bind from a manpower standpoint. Nice. Wow, slicing through the defense. Luka Doncic and Steve Kerr is hot under the sports collar. Big Dan has 5 rebounds tonight, so does P.J. Washington, leading Dallas in rebounding. Luka on the bounce, throws it up and hits it inside, fighting through contact to score.
Score this low.
I was just thinking that, Devin.
Yeah. But I mean, a big part of that is, the three-point shooting.
Right.
Score and a foul, chance for three the old-fashioned way.
And we had 2 in the building last Thursday. Wasn't Karan Mr. Wisconsin?
I do not believe so.
Oh, no.
Here's a shot by Luka.
There it is.
Three-pointer, Drano, and looking up to the heavens. Thankful that the prayer was answered.
I always like watching the first 3 or 4 defensive possessions. What are the Denver Nuggets going to do against Luka? What are the Dallas Mavericks going to do against Jokic? We've already seen one double team.
To win at least 3 MVPs and the 8th to do so in a 4-year span.
Well, I had dinner last night with Devin Harris. Mav, great.
As Doncic cashes in on a 3. Right on Lively. Doncic able to just cruise to the cup. Doncic, the hesitation, the drive. Wow, just ushered right to the cup. And that'll do it for the first quarter.
But with that elevation, you got to make sure that you're not ball watching. You have to get on a body with him because you don't want to get into a jumping contest with a guy whose nickname is airplane mode.
13 points for Luka Doncic, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Working Holiday. Fakes the pass and then puts it in. Luka Doncic. Good job by Washington to knock the rebound away from Najee. Doncic's 3 is good.
And Reggie Jackson going in the game, presumably for Jamal Murray.
Here's Doncic, another step back. Oh, baby. Luka. 18 assists now for the Nuggets as Doncic floats in his first points of the third. Irving up to 22 points, working with Doncic here. Doncic, step back 3, you bet! Murray gets denied! Irving after the rejection from Lively. Doncic, able to get to the cup. Luka Doncic has this crowd electrified. Denver trailed by 13 with 8:35 to go. They've been on a 20-4 run since. Doncic to tie. He got it! Tie game! 105 all!
Luka Doncic hits for 3. So, and the challenge of trying to hang with Doncic. So crafty, and especially doing that. Here's Doncic with 9 points, 5 rebounds, 11 assists. And hits the the banker. Doncic now with 8 seconds to go. Shot clock off.
Get back in front of him.
Loves a step back three.
Luka Doncic has a horrible shooting night. 4 of 24.
He jinxed it.
Yeah, sure did. Shouldn't have said anything. Oh, you got to foul again. You got to foul again.
Wow, you can't wait. Wow. That'll do it. Doncic lays it in with 12 seconds to go.
Things are slowing down in terms of Utah's success on offense, and business is picking up for Dallas on the other end of the floor as Luka hits a wide-open three.
Makes his free throws. What a nice addition to this team for clutch situations.
You know, he's a pass-first point guard, and he takes his shot as Luka bullies on the inside for an easy one.
Derek Lively in and Daniel Gafford out. 9.7 rebounds and almost a block and a half a game for D-Line. Finish and a foul, Luka Doncic.
The glass is your friend when you're that close to the bucket.
Drive, Luka, get him 10 in the first quarter. Makes a move to the basket to beat Taylor Hendricks to the cup.
Hinders you.
Sexton had 25 in Oklahoma City last night. 12 out of 19 from the floor. Here's Luka slicing through the defense. 5 of 16 for Dallas. Steal, Kleba.
3 straight turnovers.
Utah playing to the script, and Dallas attacking because they turn it over so much.
Because they're young. San Antonio, very young team.
OKC young but flourishing, obviously.
Yeah, very much so.
Luka looking for another step back, and he nails it. That is the 4th first-half rebound for Doncic. Looking to go back-to-back to end the half. Hello, Winda! Pass ahead by Luka. Pass across the floor by Kyrie. Trailing Luka from Exum through the defense. Lay it up and in. 23 in the game.
The defense was expecting Luka to pull things out.
Utah staying tied together right now, not giving Dallas any open looks from the perimeter. But Luka can create an open look with the step back jack. 81-65 Dallas. Lumping a deep three. Luka on the double clutch with a finish and a foul.
And the Jazz have a 3-point lead on Dallas. Luka drives in on the rookie, rolls home 2. His first bucket and a 4-point start for Doncic. Luka trailed by Taylor, drives inside, up and in. You love what he brings. Luka did not pull the string. Instead, he Euro steps inside and drives in for 2.
That Taylor Hendricks was doing a nice job of showing his length on Luka, just making the shots a little tougher and getting help from his teammates as he starts out right at the beginning of this game.
George tries to stay in front. Irving gives it away. Jazz doing a good job packing in the paint. Doncic deep for 3.
More opportunities, and the Jazz have done well tonight.
Hardaway on the floor. Step back, triple. Luka. He's a rhythm. Sexton. That ball pops out like a cork. Doncic. Marketing, great job on the hustle, but Luka trails and scores. Free ball, jump 4 and 1 by Dallas. They reset it to 14 on the shot clock. Hendricks, most of the night's been on Luka, and he splashes in 2. Luka against Collins. Behind the back pass, knocked down by Hendricks. Gave it back to Luka. My goodness. Parked himself in the paint and still got the ball to drop. Doncic calls for it under 5 left. And the Jazz down 11. Step back, got it.
Doncic inside, laying it in. Doncic on the scoreboard. 11-7 Sacramento. Doncic on the drive, got some space to pull up, rattles it home.
He said he never expected the season to go like this. He wanted to perform at the level he knew he could, but to do it consistently like this is different. Mike Brown also told us
that 3-point shot that Sacramento creates that allowed him to get to the rim.
Doncic for 3. He's in double figures with 10. double overtime. Lakers coming back from 19 down to win 128-124. We have a good one early here at Golden One Center. Doncic for three. Filthy.
And even though he misses that he's got to take that shot. You can't allow the miss to stop him from shooting it. How about that play by Gafford?
Hot potato. And Sabonis clears. Monk lost the handle, and it's Doncic the other way, and the easy lay-in.
You gonna get home in time to catch that tomorrow?
I have the DVR. Oh, okay. Some work tomorrow. Doncic, slow step through with the left. Doncic at 29 last night. Little step back over. Murray is pure.
He gave it to some.
Gives it up. Doncic, pull up over. Fox is pure.
To start this game, he's 3 for 3 already. Barnes picks up Luka off glass and counted. He said Doncic.
Almost feeling and reacting as if he was fouled, but can we just point out the fact that he went to the right?
Man, that is a tough three, including a couple of threes. Doncic with a tough step back three, threads another one. The successful challenge gives the Mavericks possession and the ball right now. Luka from 15 knocks it in.
And if you're the Kings, you cannot like the way that it was he and De'Aaron Fox a season ago that were battling each other towards the end of the season in that category.
Luka hits the three and makes it 86.
Kessler Edwards not only coming in to play defense on Luka, but knocking down treys.
And Doncic with his second consecutive three.
But Golden State in action at the exact same time as this game in San Antonio. Go Spurs. And oh, by the way, thanks for nothing, Brooklyn. They're down 67-44 at home to the Lakers. So the rebound, he's averaging this season almost 34 a game, a career high, besting his previous career average of 32.4 a year ago. And gets to the rim and uses that big body to clear out defenders and scores. His NBA career here at Dallas, now back in the league, as Lively blocks that. Luka backing in on Green, stepping through, and the layup is good, and Dallas with 7 straights. Back in the NBA for the first time since 2021, had been playing in Spain and Serbia. Luka's taking and making more threes this year. Most of their rotation guys weren't even playing. Luka, little pullback three over Brooks, gave him a high five, it didn't matter. Luka still knocked it down. Luka on Landale, on an island, advantage Luka. Oh, and he banked into three, and I actually think he meant to do it.
They create a lot of contact, man. He punishes defenders.
The NBA's leading scorer, Luka Doncic. Wow.
You have to, he's too hot.
Wow.
Get the ball out of his hands.
Incredible. The Rockets, I said it earlier, I'll say it again. You can attack this Mavs defense quickly in transition. And
gotta go. He's hot. You have to go.
Woo!
This is not an accident.
And again, got the matchup he wanted and scores easily on Landale. And, you know, when he hunts for those switches, it kind of reminds me of the days when James Harden was around here, because they would set screens. And second half points up in Utah for a career high in points and a half. Only had 4 at halftime. Luka this time on Smith. Off the glass again. 23 at halftime. They're hosting the Lakers, although they're still down by double figures with about 8 minutes to go in that one.
You have to, he's hot. Like, he's hot.
Ultimately got him at that left hand around the waist as he was falling down. Here's the post up, the back down, the turnaround, and the foul.
Rockets not looking like themselves.
Rockets have won 11 straight. Dallas has won 10 straight, in which Luka Doncic has been in the lineup. 6 times when Luka plays. And in those 6 wins, he's averaging 37 a game. He's got 35 now. Oh, no. No. So I think we've seen a couple of miswalks in this game. One on Lively, that one on Green, and Brooks throws it away. 3 on 2. Luka, layup. Nearly stolen away by Green, but re-corralled there by Luka Doncic. League's leading scorer. Second and made threes. That's his 8th of the game. Luka on Landale. There was like 6 or 7 moves in that one sequence. Another offensive rebound. For Luka, 9th 3 of the game.
One that makes sense. 2 minutes in, Doncic got the big screen on top from Washington and puts up a 3.
That is just too easy.
What a pass by Steph Curry.
That was beautiful.
Doncic, oh, bulldozing and
improved because he has improved a lot with his off-the-ball movement, specifically catch and shoot. He said it's way easier for me and that I get less tired, guys. I asked Jason Kidd about the improvement. You know that better than anybody. When you respect somebody, you play harder for them.
Yeah, and that's how you build bonds, that time away. And Jason Kidd talked about that as Luka continues.
8 points in the second quarter, 11 for the game. Doncic pushing off 3. Good! Luka cans it from outside. Curry makes a move. A floater on the fly from Steph. Green tries to snatch the ball. Kleber's got it. Down court, Hardaway. Doncic underneath with a nice 2. All right, thank you. So a 16-0 run by the Dallas Mavericks. A 3. Luka good! Puts it down. And Doncic will control it with 20 points on top. 20 points, 5 and 5. Maneuvers, and a 13-footer is pure. It's picked up by Doncic. On the move he goes with 22 points, setting up Green in the way. Step back 3, good! Luka with Green right there.
He's an X factor for them. He's a guy that can win possessions on both sides of the floor. That was a perfect example of it there.
Hardaway, Luka 3, bullseye! Mavericks have won 5 consecutive games on the road. Doncic carving his way into Thompson. Luka Doncic, 30 points.
But off target on the shot attempts. Defensive board claimed by Gafford. Luka, drop buster! Now Luka. Oh, beat Krejci is having a hard time, and so hard of a time that he got caught in no man's land, left his feet. He shot 57.5% on threes in his last 7 games. And guys, he's making a run to qualify for the league leaders in three-point percentage and perhaps the league lead. He rejects it to Duncanville. Here's a shot fake and drive, and slicing through the defense, Luka Doncic.
Time.
Here's Luka along the sideline. And hello, Winda! Another display of some Luka magic. Rebounding is Dallas, 1 to the good. Luka on target. Thought he got fouled on the elbow. Bogdanovich up on Luka. Late clock. We know what Luka does in these situations. That is what he does. Krejci up on Luka. Put it down once. Step back, Jack.
He challenged that shot, too. Did a good job of making it difficult for Freddie.
Here's Luka with the turnaround shot from the paint. It's good. Overall this year on threes, 34%. Got switched on to Luka here. Got hands on it. Step back, Jack.
Oh, that's a tough shot to Holiday. I would have done the same thing if I could.
Here's Luka underneath. Well done by the maestro of the Mavericks offense. Brooks is 6th in the league in fouls committed per game this year. A 3 over Jabari Smith by Luka. Yes, sir.
Man, I would get the ball to Luka and make Dillon Brooks cover him with those 3 fouls.
Yeah, because Jalen Green already has 4. And Brooks out there with 3, and Luka with force, backing in and scoring.
He's the most comfortable player in the league.
Involved in the offense in the second half. Luka, turnaround, good. 20 points for him. He and Kyrie each with 20.
Stop that time.
The German Shepherd guarding the yard. And now Luka inside. Bump, scores! And a rebound by Kleber, who just had that big block. Luka splits the defense. Timeout, Houston. Reggie hasn't played a lot this year, so his season high in a game going into today was 7. Now he's got 8. Oh, Luka in the blender. All they can do is laugh. And the lead got down to 1 with that, but now it's 3 for the Van Vliet. It can be tied, and Luka finishes off the 3 the old-fashioned way. Kleba flashes in for the weak side. Out to PJ. Kyrie. Back to Luka. Sidestep screen. 3-ball! Yeah, baby! Dallas leads it! One of the most miraculous wins of the season. Luka with a little exclamation point. 37 today.
PJ will try from 25 feet now. Batted out by Jones. Right to the Don. Luka Doncic rattles in 3.
Good rhythm right there, fading to his right. Another follow through.
Doncic answers with a 3. Kyrie Irving hasn't touched the ball much in our first quarter, but he's going to get an assist. He finds a cutting Doncic at the rim. I got a chance to say hello to him before the game. He gave me a big smile and a hug. It's good that he's in a situation in his hometown where he's got a chance to play in the playoffs for the first time. Doncic. Yep, he's feeling it right now, Del. Micic darts inside with the left hand, a little bit short. Doncic, Hornets lost track of him. He may score 80. Right now it's Dragic.
Got a couple of months, huh?
No, get it away. All right, good. Hornets forced him to pass. Nope, they forced him to take a layup and he makes it. He's got a blackjack here in our first quarter. Jones Jr. the misfire, another long rebound. Stays with Dallas. 78th and 1 of the year for Luka Doncic. Long one. Luka Doncic.
While you were looking up Brandon Miller's threes, Gafford punched another one.
I've seen it before, like I've seen that before. Oh my goodness, Luka Doncic. Irving behind the back to Doncic. Irving's got 9, Doncic has 32. Purposely off the window and in.
He's showing off now.
Going far more than just the Socratic method to finish that. And now step back Jack.
How did he get through 2 Hornets defenders? How did he get past Miles Bridges?
Doncic against Caleb Martin, who's a good tough defender, but Doncic just, as we see on many nights, is absolutely unguardable.
But certainly it's the size of Gafford, the size of P.J. Washington, Derek Jones, you know, outside of Kyrie Irving, as Doncic just hits another ridiculous 3.
Who plays and how many minutes? Is this Luka's last chance to really kind of get some rhythm and rep?
That last one, 29 feet. This one not quite as long. And the first miss from 3, but he comes in, gets his own rebound. Big smile on his face. Jovic, who didn't play a lot as a rookie, boy, he has got an important role in his second year in the NBA. Guarding Doncic. Doncic goes inside, makes it look so easy. By the way, we've already had more free throws in this game than the entire Milwaukee-Boston game from last night. Doncic knocks down his 3rd three-pointer already. Shot clock, game clock nearly identical. Doncic has Adebayo on him. Drives, stops, falling away, puts it up, puts it in. Luka Doncic nails it, and it's back up to 22, ending a nightmare second quarter for the Miami Heat. What a performance here from Doncic.
To all these changes over the last few years, the play-in, the in-season tournament, these things have been wins, and it has led to a better regular season.
And that could be your first-round opponent against the guy that was playing as well as anybody in the league before the injury. Doncic, sidestep 3, knocks it down. That's his 4th three-pointer. He's got 24 in the lead, back up to 22. Derek Jones back up top to Doncic. Doncic finding some space, stops, falling away, got it. Defense leading the offense.
He still hasn't participated in any contact play in practice
practice all week, but Ty Lue told us that hasn't been a factor in the past when he returns from injury. He did get in some on-court workouts the last couple days, and Lue said he definitely expects Kawhi.
Paul George has 2. Gafford has 2. Doncic connects on a 3. His first one of the game was 0 for 3 prior. And we know and have heard from him throughout the year just how much his mother meant to him.
Well, especially with his father passing away at 7. She was really the mother and father for him.
George with a hand in his face, unable to hit. Doncic off the rebound. Doncic into the paint, stops and drops it in. And Ty Lue wants a timeout. Some easier buckets here. Not far enough. Zubac 16 points, 11 rebounds. Doncic, smooth stroke from Luka.
It is not my turn, your turn. It is best shot possible, and they are knocking them down.
And the Clippers 12 for 24 from 3 as Doncic rattles into mid-range.
You know this from personal experience? I stayed out of that. We played different positions.
Doncic drops it in. Luka Doncic, 22 points, 12 rebounds. Doncic left alone, connects.
And that's why T. Lue also drew up that ATO for him. Get him a bucket, get him a layup, and now that jumper comes that much easier.
Doncic, another for Luka Doncic. Here's Doncic directing traffic. Doncic trying to take Zubac. Step back jumper is true for Luka Doncic, who has 31 now.
They had gotten used to life without him. Obviously, they love having him back, and it's now all about getting him into a rhythm as well. Doncic, the fade, knocks it down.
Reads the defense. The defense there by Plumlee, but plays catch with Green. Launches the 3. It's good again. Doncic with 7 points here in the first quarter.
15-11. Dallas Clippers are 3 of 14 from the field. Doncic, cha-ching, a 3. That's keeping them in this game. 18-15 Dallas. Doncic, hard drive, double pump, and goes to the glass by Coffey. Here's Harden, met by Irving. Harden hits the deck, trying to hold on to it. Washington wrestles it away, up the floor. Doncic challenging Zubac, and he corkscrews inside. Doncic looking for a runway against Harden. Screen lively. Doncic, bullseye.
There, right call. Nice break for the Mavericks.
Doncic, step back jumper is good. A combined 7-0 run for the Clippers. We are even at 55. A lot of dribbling from Doncic. Step back. Ridiculous! 5 seconds left. Doncic, 2 seconds. 1. Doncic banks it in with .7 on the clock. Close out there by Kleba, and then the back off. Doncic gets into it quickly, lines it up. Luka Doncic is lethal.
Between the Mavs and the Clippers, here's Luka again on the dance floor against Harden. Low clock 3. Bullseye! Bullseye! Let him know! Luka Doncic is going to let him know!
He is a show all by himself.
Doncic with a big man on him, gets past him, goes inside all the way as Harden backed off. For a guy that had a bad back the other day, he's making some tremendous athletic plays. Doncic gets it to go. Just his second field goal.
You think about the role he's been asked to play with Kawhi on the bench, he can get a little bit more assertive offensively.
Doncic searching. Doncic's three-pointer. That's good. Just such a great atmosphere here for game 3. The series tied at 1 apiece. Doncic step back three-pointer. Got it. Doncic with 10. Lively with 10. Doncic steps back. Shot's good. He has come alive here in the second quarter. Timeout Clippers.
We'll have to watch Kawhi Leonard here in the second half, Mike. He played the first 6 minutes, sat for 11, played another 4 as Luka gets one to go, and then sat.
Again, stops and rebounding, limiting them and taking them off the 3, and then being able to score on this end.
Well, he just scored on that end quickly, and a chance for a three-point play. And has not responded the way they'd hoped, so he's going to miss his second game of the series.
Doncic going at Harden. Harden doing a good job battling him and knocks down the shot. You feel so bad for Kawhi Leonard. Here's one of the great players in the game as Doncic banks that one in. And not only one of the great players, he's a future Hall of Famer. And it's good to see Paul George back in the playoffs. Doncic, bank shot is good.
Because there was a stretch in Houston where it was layups or threes. He can't finish at the rim like he used to, so that midi is big time important.
Doncic off the glass. Doncic inside the arc. That's good. Monty McCutcheon recently trying to clarify that because there's so many of them, JJ, as you say, every game. And Doncic knocks down that. 18 for Doncic. Doncic has Plumlee on him. Coffee in pursuit. Feet inside. Give and go. Oh, what a two-man game. Lively with the pass.
That was really close.
Doncic, the floater, up and good. Back to two again.
We're going to have to hear from James Harden.
Step back three. Tie game. You can give up a quick two even, but not a three. But Doncic dribbles right, now gets off, chase down, and lays it up and in. That's good defense to chase him off the three-point line.
6 from distance, and he shot 50% from 3 in this series. Doncic the other way, and man was right there.
And Luka started out as a secondary option. Now
3 of 3 starts for Ivica Zubac. Doncic working his way, bad knee and all, and he goes over man with that sweet fadeaway. Lively a screen. Doncic will pry his way into the paint and over Zubac. Got his miss and tosses it back in.
You see when he gets in the paint, he slows down. Nobody can speed him up when he gets in there.
In the pull-up 3. Look at the drive by Harden inside. It's picked off the glass that time by Lively. Now Doncic thrusting his way into the paint and into George.
Love the Mavs. They're playing fast here, right?
Doncic, he'll take it down court, surging by man, takes it inside. Plumlee is there and just tosses it up and in. George, power 3, no. Punched up there by man, retrieved by Doncic. Gets by traffic, surges down the lane. One of a handful of MVP candidates coming off his best regular season, 6 years in. Doncic, beautiful stroke, and he's got 15. Zubac's out there. He might like that matchup. Let's see if he tries to exploit. Stopping, starting, backing up, and knocking down the J. Timeout taken. Here's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Count it in a foul.
This is an extension of the second half of Game 4.
Doncic again in traffic and again gets it to go. Tucker is there. Doncic a battering ram inside into Tucker, scoots it home. Another one for Luka, 29 for him. Doncic again goes on Zubac. With that screen aiding him. Step back, it's a 3, and it's good.
Derek Lively in double figures off the bench here and perfect from the field. 5 of 5, 12 points.
53% shooting for Dallas, and inside making it look easy is Doncic.
The home team just 2 and 3 in the first 5 games. Doncic creates some space and banks it home. He's won a championship. He's been to a conference final with 2 other teams. He is one of the top competitors in the league as Doncic's shot is good. And of course for Dallas, as Doncic shot too strong, gets back the rebound, goes inside and calmly off the glass.
There's just such good pace about him right now.
Doncic goes into the rim, layup is good and a foul. Lively set a screen and Doncic went right to the rack. Jones has really come through in his role for the Mavericks. Doncic drives on man, splits the defense, turns, shoots, scores. He's got 16 for Dallas. Jones up top. Doncic given the 3 by Harden, doesn't come out, and Doncic nails it. His first 3-pointer, he was 0 for 7. Zubac trying to save it, but throws it away. Doncic ahead to Irving. Irving back to Doncic, layup, banks it home. And Doncic resets. Doncic goes at Tucker. Stops, pulls up, shot is good. Doncic with 5 to shoot. Gets past Powell, gets into the paint, throws it up. Nope, a blocking foul, yes, counted at 1.
Ford has the assignment on Doncic. 5-3, Thunder. Step back. That's nice. Luka Doncic.
Dallas has been in a hard series. They've been in rhythm. They've played all last week. Oklahoma City hasn't played since the 29th.
Doncic on target with a straightaway tray. As a coach in the postseason, but learned something about his team in the first round. No panic from them against the Clippers. And that's one reason why when you've got Luka Doncic. 31-30, Mavericks. Dort digging in against Doncic. Count it. Williams splits defenders, takes it in. Couldn't finish. Gafford protecting the rim. Leak out by Irving. Irving lost it for a moment. Shovels. Doncic flips it home. An explosion from Jalen Williams going to the basket. Doncic. He corkscrews in for the deuce, but
Irving lobs for Washington. Washington and Gafford came over via trade in early February, and the Mavs have not looked back. That's big. Luka Doncic hitting the 3.
Look at that size difference between Dort and Doncic. It's kind of easy.
Doncic keeps Dort on his hip. Mid-range shot is good. And Doncic is 2 for 2. Doncic has been first team All-NBA 4 straight years. He just finished 3rd in the MVP voting. His 3 is up and down. Luka Doncic 3 for 3, and it's 13-2 Dallas. He was coming out. He's still wincing in pain and holding his tooth after his face hit the floor after getting fouled by Dort early in the game. Here Doncic spins and scores. He's got 10 points, and he's 4 of 4. Gordon Hayward just checked into the game, but not for Dort. He's replacing Jalen Williams. Daignault, the coach of the year in the NBA, 89 first-place votes. Luka's 3 is down. Doncic 3 of 3 from deep. He's got 13 in the opening quarter. 25 second chance points in game 1. Most of the season for the Thunder. Step back, Doncic 3. Hit it! Doncic with 4 threes. The 19 points for P.J. Washington is a playoff career high. And we still got halfway to go in the second quarter. Doncic on the baseline. Talking to Scott Foster as Thunder bring the ball down the floor. Gilgeous-Alexander fumbled it away trying to make the pass. Doncic in the open court. And gets it to fall for his 20th point.
You can see he's moving okay.
22 points for Doncic, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Here's Doncic for 3. I guess the ankle's okay. Drills the 3.
Well, what you liked about it.
Doncic with 25 points, 16 in the first quarter. Moving to his left, initiates contact, and hits the bank shot against Dort. Lead is 7 for the Mavs. They have possession inside 6 minutes to go. Gafford rolling, Luka keeps. Doncic spin, fade away, it's gone! Going back from his rookie year to now, where he shoots about 40%. He was under 30% his first year. Doncic moving left, that was a tough shot.
Yeah, and as Dort was trying to recover defensively, he catches him on the hip. See, they're getting good looks. And remember now, both teams have not scored a point on the fast break.
Doncic gets to the basket. And Gafford shaken up.
Yep.
Nearing 2 to play in the first half. Tied at 45. Series tied 1 apiece. Doncic fouled. Count it. 3-point opportunity for Doncic. This is the lively screen. They double Doncic. Steps back. Fires. And connects on the 3. What a shot by Luka. Now driving on Dort. He's got 3 fouls. Luka spinning. Leaning in. Undercut. Banks it in. Doncic with his first points of the second half.
Looks so easy, whether it's a 3 or a mid-range.
28
How
points
about
for
that?
Shea. Tough shot. Doncic. That went through the net. Count the basket for Luka Doncic. Just his second field goal of the half. Numbers for the Thunder, but Doncic reads it and gets the interception. Now Luka drives. Layup is good.
Great play. Great play by
The offense got a little stagnant for OKC against this defense of Dallas.
Doncic forcing the action. Washington missed it from the corner. Doncic the offensive rebound. He's going to take it with a fade and connects. Thunder control it. Giddey. It's off. Rebounded by Doncic. Lively is in. Doncic He hits a three.
And they've had some good looks, wide open looks. Just not knocking them down, not shooting them with confidence here early.
Doncic, yes. Out high, Washington, switch, double. Washington to Doncic, shot clock at 5. Doncic, the fend off, lost his balance. Step back three, he's got it! 14. Doncic, post-up opportunity with Dort, and hits.
Not forcing that layup, but finding his open teammate in the corner.
Doncic, the fade, got him.
Can they do it here on the road against this young, talented team?
The bounce is taken away by Jones. Doncic fades and hits off the window. Misses it from the outside. Doncic pushes it up the floor. Early offense. Green gets it back for Doncic. Doncic tosses it up and in. He got some contact from Williams, no call. Mavericks have not lost 2 in a row in the postseason. Faced a similar situation in the first round against the Clippers and blew out LA in Game 5. Doncic with a long distance hit. He's going to take it on the baseline. 9 to shoot. Doncic gets around Williams. Oh, Euros to the rim, and they're going to count it.
In that quarter, so really poor performance second half from those two and the team.
Off the deflection. Ahead, Doncic lays it in.
He's getting open looks. A little bit of a line drive right now with his three-pointer, Holmgren.
Doncic, ball fake. 2-man action with Irving. Doncic lets it fly. Bottom. Off 3.
Momentum coming the Thunder way here.
The Dallas lead is 11. Doncic goes to the window for 2.
Oh, man.
Green left open. Air ball. Kyrie is there. He tried to pop it in. Lively clears. Doncic laces a 3.
You said it, second chance opportunities. 2 cracks at it there as we get late into this third.
Dort picks up Doncic full court. Lively again, trying to set a screen. Step back, Doncic. He buries it from 3.
And able to get past Lively for that easy 2.
He's now 3 of 9, 6 points. Doncic fouled in the act. Gets it to go off the window. A chance at an old-fashioned three-point play.
Too good to be not engaged offensively for OKC.
Wallace gets the assignment on Doncic. Screen from Lively. Doncic draws attention and floats it in. And Luka and Kyrie are a combined 16 of 28. Working around the perimeter. Washington missed it on a 3-ball. Irving taps it back. Doncic. Kaboom! It's a 3.
Doncic spinning, firing, drilling a 3. Doncic using the Gafford screen. Keeps Dort on his hip, now backs up, launches, and drills another 3. Rich Williams starting the second quarter, playing just his 4th game of the series, has yet to score. He played here locally at TCU. Luka Doncic now 3 of 3 from the floor. They don't have numbers. Doncic driving anyway. And he finishes off the window.
As Tony Brothers was running by him.
As if to say, I can't believe you didn't call that.
And you're not allowed to wave off the officials in that manner.
Doncic, his 3rd 3. Doncic attacks, hangs, got it, and a foul. If that's Dort, that's 4. More already this quarter than he had the entire first half. And Doncic gets the deflection. Back-to-back turnovers by the Thunder. Doncic waits, now fires, cans a 3. Luka, long 2 is good. Doncic drills another one. It's a 4-point game. Dallas can retake the lead. Doncic going to work, driving on Dort, fall away. It's good. Doncic gives Dallas a 2-point lead.
Little screen up top. Doncic trying to get free and followed inside by McDaniels.
That's going to be tough coverage, I think, for Minnesota. Well, his last 2 games against Denver were the first back-to-back 20-point games of his career. And now he's off to a quick start tonight.
But the result is there. Thus he has the nickname Slow-Mo. Doncic doubled. Got it.
Well, we are seeing the talents of these 2 guards right off the start.
Up on him, Edwards. They'll run each other into the paint. Count it. Foul. Doncic with Edwards there again. Twirls, drives, lays it up for two. Pretty play. Doncic falls hard. He's got both knees, which are an issue. It's Lively on top. Doncic trying to wedge his way inside and pulls up from 17.
That drop coverage, I know Doncic is not shooting it well.
Hardaway, Lively, Doncic, Kyrie Irving out there for Dallas. It's Luka from 15, and he delivers.
Gobert can score on Lively or Gafford, and you were going to lose anyway.
Doncic delivers.
Back-to-back. Back-to-back baskets now by Luka. Now Alexander Walker's 0 for 9 over his last 2 ball games from 3.
Doncic with a 3, sticks it.
Wow. 7-0 personal run here by Luka.
Accelerating inside Irving. Picked up inside Lively. Doncic fakes, bumps, fires, good! Big shot. Doncic with McDaniels there. Shot clock at 7. Luka will make a move. Lets it rip. Doncic puts it in. 4-point Dallas lead.
Did you see how he
run? 43% of the shots taken by the Mavs in game 1 were mid-range shots. One of the lowest percentages. That's a 3 right there from Doncic. And speaking of threes in game 1, only 26% of the time they took threes, and that was a season low. Look at third-year head coach Jason Kidd, who won game 1 of the series for the first time. He had been 0-5. Down it goes. What a play. Luka crashes, gets the 2, and to the line he goes.
From Minnesota.
Doncic got a Lively screen. Step back 3, bullseye.
And Reg, that leg's feeling better.
Washington is there, bulldozing, fading away. Nice defense on that play. Terrific defense by PJ. And the other way, Doncic. Stutter steps and backpedals for a triple. Corner, McDaniels 3. No, Gobert swats at it. Irving's got it. Ahead for Green. Hold on for Doncic with a great feed on a 2-on-1 break.
He had 3 straight 20-point games coming in, has not scored tonight.
Doncic just glides in for 2. This is Gafford. A drive. Oh, he tried to get up high, climbing the ladder. Nice defense by Dallas. Doncic the other way, up and down.
And I like how we went from ally to alley.
Yeah.
I thought that was fantastic.
Doncic backpedals. A 3 is down the hatch. McDaniels is watching Doncic, who shifts gears, rise, and fire.
And here's the problem. When he comes off that high screen and roll, he is putting Jaden McDaniels in jail.
Doncic has the ball, down by 2.
There's the switch.
Gobert is out there. Doncic maneuvers for the lead. Got it! Got it! What a shot! Dallas has taken the lead.
Rather than giving the ball to Gafford and making him make the play.
Conley up there, screened by Gafford. It's 1-on-1, 3, Luka.
Yeah, it's a great start for him. He had been playing so well 3 straight games and then struggled in game 2.
Doncic.
He was absolutely tremendous scoring the basketball.
15 points in game 1. There's a long shot by Doncic.
There's nothing.
No, there's nothing you can do.
Shake his hand.
Doncic. McDaniels defends. The buck, the grind, the shot, it'll drop with a minute to go. McDaniels 12 points for Minnesota. That ties for the lead with Edwards.
Remember, he's coming off a 1 of 6 in game 2.
Close out by McDaniels on the Doncic 3.
The most consistent Minnesota player in game 2, and he's followed that up with a solid effort tonight.
Doncic.
That's the second catch and shoot 3 here.
Trying to evade the defense of Powell. Takes it down low for the lead. No. Rebound Doncic. Under a minute to go in the 3rd. Doncic on the move, shutting the defense of Anderson and pulls up for 15.
Jaden McDaniels goes on Irving, but they switch. I like this. Come back and double.
Washington. Towns will defend Doncic. Shot clock at 7. Step back 3.
Oh, wow.
Reed is is out there. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Here comes Luka Doncic, the NBA scoring champion, against the six-man award winner with a spinner.
Shake his hand.
Works by McDaniels, who's got to be careful. Spins, fades, fires, hits. In the corner, open, Washington with a three. Rebound saved inside by Jones. Doncic way outside.
We recognize he has the smaller Conley right in front of him. Point of contact has been outstanding to start with for Minnesota.
Edwards on Doncic. He'll shoot over Gobert. Doncic will take it the other way. First team All-NBA in a three. Looks over Reggie Miller and Stan Van Gundy and says, Luka Doncic three. No. And tapped right there, the hustle of Jones, another three. That's how it's done. Conley, along with Karl Anthony Towns, the Minnesota Five, to start the second half. Doncic.
He had 14 points in the first quarter. He's got 3 since then.
Luka Doncic hard to the rack. It's a Gafford rebound.
Gotta go quick here. I'd get up and get 2 guys on him right now.
Doncic with the desperation.
Anthony Edwards willing to take that mid-range jumper, and Karl Anthony Towns on the glass.
Conley trying to defend. Doncic got it up. Goaltending the call. Rudy.
I'll tell you, we've seen some real agility out of the big fella in this series.
Doncic three. That's right over. And Edwards. Edwards gets it to go. Another one.
Oh, wow. That's 2 back-to-back.
Kyrie Irving's had 2 shots, Reg, and hasn't been able to get either one of them to the rim.
Doncic front-footer and a 16-footer, and he is red hot to begin things. Second personal foul. Doncic creeping his way inside with an easy shot. 5 of 5.
He is blowing.
Assisting, saving, and Doncic has it with a lively screen. Tailed by Anderson. Doncic. 14 for Luka on the logo.
What is going on here?
He is on one tonight. Poked away Anderson, controlled by the Mavs.
Here comes another heat check from Luka.
Doncic again, another three. Got it, he's a flamethrower. He is on fire, 20 points. Doncic is in. Makes a move, doubled on the play, circles around Gobert with an easy 2. He's got 22. The stutter step, the feed, Jones in the corner. Back to Luka, takes aim from 3 and buries it. Doncic, 5 threes and 25 points.
Doncic and Irving are ahead 46-42.
Doncic with ease glides in for 2. Faced no resistance. Timeout, Minnesota. 0 for 4 tonight.
Well under 30%.
Luka drives on McDaniels with a lean, a foul, and a deuce. Counting. Foul. But my goodness, to get out of that hole is a monumental task. Doncic will wheel, stop, tripled, and got it. Luka Doncic scraping his
4 great moves by him. Kyrie Irving, Derek Lively in the draft, and then the trade deadline with Gafford. Did he call that?
Off the glass.
And look, he gives the Jordan shrug running down.
Jaylen Brown starting on Luka Doncic. Doncic, his first shot. That's good, and we're off to a 4 for 4 start.
And that's just what makes Doncic so tough.
Yeah, there was a hesitancy to him talking about it, as he so desperately wants to play. This is the furthest. Oh, Doncic with Celtics surrounding him. It's not going to rest until he wins a title.
So much of the discussion around Jason Tatum is whether or not his jump shot goes in, as Luka's jump shot goes in there.
Doubled him up with 4 minutes to play here in the second. Doncic gets inside, and a much-needed bucket, although Jaylen Brown very slow to get up. Dallas Mavericks are a great offensive team. As Irving, with the save, goes into the crowd. They have 31 points with 3 minutes to go in the half. Doncic gets that one to go. And Doncic now with 12 points. 5 to shoot. Doncic. Foul line jumper's good. Luka Doncic now 14 points. Doncic. Bumped by Porzingis. Steps back. Three-pointer. Puts it in. Luka Doncic with 17. Meanwhile, Kyrie Irving, 6 points, 2 assists, just 3 of 9 from the field in the first half. Doncic gets inside, gets the layups, just so strong. And turning the team around mid-season, the transformation what the Mavericks went through mid-season to become this stellar defensive team as Doncic gets inside, takes his time, and banks it home.
Very hard. I would say the lesson that I learned was the value in closing out games. We had 2 games in that 09 finals against the Lakers where we could have won it at the end.
Well, they've missed their last 6. Doncic tries another 3. Got it! Luka Doncic now with 27. It's an 8-point game. Timeout, Boston. He's heard the boos, but it wasn't as loud as you'd expect. Doncic gets inside, banks it home. Luka Doncic now with 29. The second round on the road. Came back and won game 2 on the road. Both against the Clippers and the Thunder. Doncic gets inside, falling away. First shot is up and good. Doncic with 5 on a 24. Flips it up with one hand. Nice soft touch and gets it to go. Luka Doncic already 3 for 4 from the field.
Luka, so effective at those long push-ahead passes. That's been an effective weapon for them.
Falling away, shot is good. Luka Doncic, 8 points here in the first. They had 7 3-pointers in the first quarter of game 1. They're 0 for 5 to start here in game 2. Doncic, he tries and nails a 3-pointer. 11 points already for Doncic. Pritchard, his first minutes, guarding Doncic. Foul line shot, soft touch, gets it to go. He's got 15 already.
A poor rotation by the Mavericks weak side defense. You put 2 to the ball on the baseline side, you better guard the basket.
Doncic, 3-pointer from the corner. Luka Doncic now 7 of 9 from the field, already 18.
An off-ball movement 3 from Luka, that's a rarity.
Doncic goes at Brown, stops again. 1-footer, rattles it home. He right now is unstoppable. Doncic, 3-pointer over Porzingis, puts it in. Luka Doncic with 23 now in the first half.
And he's late to close out on that Derek White 3.
Doncic falling away, nails it. He's 10 for 14. In the last 4 years, has the highest winning percentage of anybody in the NBA, trying for his 2nd title. Doncic answers back, and that's a huge shot right now. Doncic gets inside, stops, trying to get some contact. Yes, and a foul. Luka Doncic with a chance for a 3-point play and a chance to cut it to 5. Mavericks had not dropped 2 in a row all postseason as Doncic rattles in a 3. And I would say, at least for the first 50 seconds, they look fairly happy to be home. Boy, Brown and Gafford go tumbling, fighting for position. Doncic using his strength and banks it in.
For them to win this game and get back in the series, those 2 guys have to play excellent basketball, and it's been an excellent start.
And an excellent start for Doncic.
That's a mismatch. Kyrie Irving in space against Horford.
Doncic creating some space. Mavericks scoring at will in the paint right now. Doncic leaning in, trying to draw some contact, fading away, got it to go. Doncic 5 of 7 from the field. He's already got 11 points. Doncic goes right at Hauser, gets inside, double team, step back, shot's good. They've got 35 points between the 2 of them, Doncic and Irving. Green setting the screen. Horford picks up Doncic, finds some room, finds some space, and finds the rim.
Great offensive players, you have to have short-term memory, especially guys like Irving and Tatum.
Some concern from the sellout crowd. Doncic gets inside, goes right at Tillman. And we have to stop saying Derek White's one of the best shot blocking guards. He's one of the best shot blockers in the game. Lively kicks it out. Doncic goes inside, reverse. Oh, beautiful move from Doncic, banks it home. Pritchard again on Doncic, just overpowers him and banks it in. After the 13-point lead, the Celtics had whittled it to 1 by the end of the first. That was huge. As Doncic gets inside, a couple of easy buckets in the paint. Not just in this series, throughout these playoffs. Horford picks him up. Horford defends him well. Doncic still knocks it down.
But you can see the commitment from Boston.
Doncic comes right back and scores quickly, coast to coast. His most important moments as a Celtic, off to a good start in Game 4. Doncic. That one rattles in. Luka Doncic is at 4 of his first 6. Doncic defense here in the first quarter. The spin, the layup, banks it in. 10 straight points by the Mavericks.
The strength has been driving.
Doncic stripped from behind by Holiday. Ball loose, serving, trying to come up with it, and does. Throws it inside Doncic and lays it up with a foul. Kyrie Irving's hustled.
Not just the ball containment, but the contests on those threes.
Hauser on Doncic. Doncic turns, shoots, and scores. 18 for Doncic. Joe Mazzulla wants another timeout. It's a 20-point lead. Doncic 21 points, 3 assists. Hauser switches back. Drives on him, pulls up, jump shot. Got it! In the quarter, they're 1 of 8 from the field. Doncic gets inside, layup's good, and another foul. 20 points already for Doncic, and we still have 5:57 remaining in the half. Doncic pushing it up the floor. Doncic drives, Doncic shoots, Doncic scores. 58-32, it's a Dallas. A couple of huge minutes there. Celtics are shooting 31% from the field. As Cleva gets it, kicks it out, Doncic. Doncic, an easy floater. That one rattles in. O'Shea Brissett, Steve McKillop, Cornette, Luke Cornette with Pritchard. As Doncic just floats it up and in. Tatum now picks up Doncic. Doncic has missed his first 3 shots. Stops, gets inside, draws the foul, and 1. Got Horford up in the air. Hauser guarding Doncic. Doncic goes right at him. Step back, jumpers, got it. Second field goal for Luka Doncic. Doncic gets inside and gets to the rim once again. Doncic, count it, and the foul. Doncic, a strong move to the bucket.
Hey, Mike, I asked Jason Kidd how they can chip away at this deficit. He said, we've been here before. We just need to get it to 10 heading into the 4th quarter. But he said, I told our guys.
Doncic pulls back. Goes at Porzingis. A foul and 1. Luka Doncic chance for a 3-point play. Doncic still, and the Mavericks still fighting. Doncic going coast to coast. High off the glass is good.
The attention that Tatum creates, making all the right rim reads.
Doncic with Hauser on him. Doncic using his strength, leans in, falls back and banks it home. But they're in a 21-point hole. Doncic gets it back, fires up the 3, and finally gets one to go.
Derek White bailout possessions at the end of a shot clock with big-time threes.
Doncic drives and finishes. But you have your 2 stars, Tatum and Brown, with 17 assists. 11 for Tatum, 6 for Brown. Their growth as playmakers, a big part of this season. As Doncic rattles in the 3. Chance for redemption here this year. And they're 4 minutes away. Doncic goes inside, lays it up and in.